given that you're recently to the sickness that is NFL, uh, um, I don't know, addiction?
You could say that.
Yeah. Uh, Mark Anderson in
Mm,
2002.
wow.
Uh, he was drafted in the fifth round, and as a rookie, he got 12 sacks. Now, he was not an every down rusher. He was the rotation guy, and they would bring him in on specifically pass rush downs. And his rookie year was the only year that he surpassed 10 sacks.
Yeah.
So it's been 19 years since the Bears have had a homegrown player get 10 sacks. And even then, like I say, didn't his rookie year, he didn't do it again. Uh, so it wasn't like they developed him into something more. Since then, boy, all right. Since then, uh, they've had the following guys have 10 or more sacks. There are three of them in 19 years.
Okay.
Okay. Any guesses?
Khalil Mack.
Yes. He did that in his first year with the Bears. He got 12 and a half that year.
Montez Sweat, we just talked about.
Yep, got it this year.
And this is specifically edge rushers.
Edge rushers, yes.
Um, yeah, I don't know besides that.
This last guy actually holds the Bears' single season franchise record.
Mm,
He he did it in his last year with the Bears. He became, I believe, a free agent, and they let him walk. Uh, or or maybe he no, I'm sorry. They either cut him or traded him. I can't remember now.
mm.
Robert Quinn did it in 2020,
I've heard the name, yeah.
18 and a half sacks.
Yeah, there you
It
go.
was uh, a special year for him. I don't think he performed to that level again in his career. He was over
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
So now it does not mean that they haven't tried.
Yeah.
So let me read off a few names of guys that they have tried to improve that position with. Okay. Uh, they had signed free agent Al Quadin Muhammad in 2022. His best year was four. He was brought in to be a starter, produced like a backup.
Mm.
We also had Justin Houston. He was also brought in as an as a free agent signing. Didn't really do much of anything. Yannick Ngakwe, also in 2023, excuse me, had four sacks. Demarcus Walker, signed in 2023, three and a half sacks.
Yep.
Travis Gibson, 2021, had seven sacks. So
Mm.
that's the closest thing. He was actually a draft pick
Yeah.
of the Bears, but basically since 2006, the Bears have drafted many players. They've signed many players, and of the guys that they drafted, the best, other than Mark Anderson, right, uh, was seven sacks.
Hey,
And
looks like we've got our first viewer.
all right, hey, welcome to the
Yeah.
stream. So we were just talking about the Bears' inability to draft players and even sign players for the most part to be edge rushers. The last time the Bears had a drafted player that produced at least 10 sacks for them was 2006, Mark Anderson.
We sure are
They
excited. We sure are excited. Our chatters asked if we were excited. I would say I would say I am at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
always excited this time of year. It's new beginning,
Yeah.
and It's your chance. It's your best chance to acquire fresh talent at a reasonable cost, um, and hopefully some of these guys become starters, and real more. Hopefully, some of them become actual, like stars in the league, or at least among the best at their position for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
given that the Bears have a severe need of edge rusher, we were just kind of going through that a little bit, the history of how they've not been able to do that in the last 20 years.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I also, hope that, I remember some people that we know at the very least were, and there was a lot of discussion about why did the Bears take Colston Loveland over Tyler Warren. Um, that was a big thing about this time last year. And I hope that I hope that people, unless it is a completely out there pick, like what are you doing? I hope that we're a little more lenient on that.
Yeah, I will say that as I was watching it, I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Because I had watched a little bit of YouTube video on both players, and uh, Warren, I mean, just phenomenal athlete, right? Just a player, really not. Uh,
Okay.
his route running was not as great, right? So
So,
Colston Loveland comes
sorry,
in.
sorry about that, folks. I disconnected from the internet randomly. Kylie,
Oh, the
pick is number 25.
yes.
Yeah,
So it'll be a while.
yeah,
Um, just to finish the thought on Colston Loveland real quick. Yeah, Colston Loveland came in. He's a route runner, and as he got more playing time, started to produce more. I think he actually probably is the better scheme fit for what Ben Johnson does. Warren will probably be a special player too, but there's different types of special players. With the Bears drafting 25th, unless they move up, it will be quite a while. Each team is allotted 10 minutes in the first round to make their selection. And typically, even if they know exactly who they're going to pick, the team of the first overall selection is encouraged by the league to hold off at least 5, 6 minutes before they turn the pick in. Maybe they'll get an offer that they can't refuse, but it also kind of lets the audience settle down and uh, get all settled and comfortable and ready to watch the draft.
you keep them company for a little bit, Dad. My TV just disconnected from the internet because it is an old piece of garbage.
Okay. Well, we are a few minutes from the draft starting. Typically, it actually doesn't start exactly at 7 o'clock. You know, despite having an entire day of pregame or pre-event activities, Roger Goodell usually walks out about 3 or 4 minutes after the hour. Uh, Always gets a hearty set of boos from the crowd. It's become kind of a tradition, and he encourages it. It's all mostly in good fun. Although there are always people that would prefer to have a different commissioner, but to be honest, he's not going to go anywhere because he has taken the league from roughly a $1 billion a year company or group of individual assets to tens of billions of dollars of revenue. So when you have that kind of return on the guy that's running your show, they're not going to get rid of him without some serious cause. So, but so when it actually kicks off, he'll come out and say that the draft has started and that the Raiders are on the clock. The Raiders have the first overall pick. Basically, everybody in the world believes that they are going to draft Mendoza,
Yep,
quarterback. Uh, and I think it would be an absolute shock
yep.
if they do not.
I agree.
Uh,
It is about 7 p.m. here, Kylie.
yeah. So yeah, we are talking when we say times, we're
Yep,
talking about Central Time. So the draft will start in a few minutes.
yep.
Everybody's expecting Fernando Mendoza to be the first overall pick to the Raiders. Even if the Raiders uh, move out, trade down for some reason, the consensus is that it's going to be Fernando Mendoza as the first overall pick. So there won't be a lot of drama with that first pick.
Yeah, I mean, unless they decide that that no, Kirk Cousins is actually our guy this year,
I
uh, which highly doubt
Tom
it.
Brady Tom Brady's is a part owner of that team,
Yeah,
so I hope for their sake, for their
yeah,
fan base sake, that they are a little more in tune with how to run an organization now. But time will tell.
yes,
So we're getting now the last introduction uh, into the draft itself.
yep,
We can't obviously broadcast the draft itself because that would be all kinds of legal problems. So
yeah.
we just
The NFL would not be very happy with us.
they would find us in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts, Andy, for second overall pick?
Second overall pick. I mean, it was simpler when Dante Moore was what was still looking like he was going to be drafted. Obviously, uh, I think obviously Arvell Reese is a linebacker that is probably going to be converted to edge. Um, that scares a lot of people. I don't know that I'm necessarily one of them. Um, that said, if it isn't him, it's probably either David Bailey or Ruben Bain. Um,
Hmm.
Either way, I think it's pretty set that the Jets are picking up an edge rusher. That is their next biggest need outside of quarterback. Um, that's just kind of how it is at the moment. I think the Cardinals will probably pick up an edge rusher too. It's just we're just kind of in an edge rusher heavy class.
Well, and once you get past these first handful of guys, I'm going to pick a number at random, 8 to 10 guys. You kind of start running out of the blue chip guys, right?
Yeah,
So obviously, there's nobody that comes into. Extremely rare that somebody comes in the league and just blows up the league from the start. And I would not expect any of these guys to either. Everybody has a hole in their game, and obviously, once you get past those first several blue chip guys, the holes get a little bigger. But every year you find players, right?
yeah,
So that's the idea is finding guys that can uh, supplant what you need in your team, and
yeah,
you know that's the difference between GMs that keep their job and don't, right? It's
yeah,
it's the guys that you're hitting in that first round, especially, and if you can hit 2 out of 4, out of your first, your first 4 to 5 picks, uh, you typically get to stick around because it's not. I've never seen a GM that hits on every single pick, right? Especially multiple years in a row. So, okay. The guys are up there talking, and oh yeah, here comes the commissioner out to the stage
okay.
to announce that the draft has officially started. He's out here encouraging the boos.
You may be a little earlier or a little later on than I am right now in my broadcast, unfortunately. Kind of how it goes. Kansas City coach arrested on domestic battery charge,
Ooh,
causing bodily harm to his daughter. Ugh.
well, that is going to
Yeah.
be a large problem for them
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
Forget about football. Obviously, there's things, football is great, but
Yeah.
other things are far more important.
Yeah. All right. Let's yeah. All right. What are the odds Ty Simpson goes in the first round, do you think?
I would say that it's possible, but should not. But I wouldn't be surprised only because
No.
quarterback is the most overpriced uh, overdrafted position, right?
Yeah.
Overpaid, overdrafted, because they are literally what makes or breaks your franchise. If you've got a franchise quarterback, you can compete uh, pretty much no matter what is happening with the rest of your team.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a guy,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what the rest of your team can do. You're not going to get past,
Yeah.
the
Wow,
first.
I am my broadcast is late. The commissioner is only just walking up on my screen.
Okay, yeah. So he's introducing some uh, Steeler greats because the draft is
Yeah.
happening in Pittsburgh this year.
Yep.
Uh, so
Bet
it's
bet Nicole's
always a
happy about that
ceremony.
one.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. So they're waving with the terrible towels and
Yep.
having a good time. Yeah. So Cam Hayward is saying a few words. Yeah, this happens every year, no matter where it's hosted. Until oh boy, how many years has it been now? 5, 6, 5 or 6 years ago is when the Bears stopped doing it in New York. It was for the entire existence of the draft. It was always held in New York,
Hmm.
and then about 6 years ago they started this. And I'm if you know out there, correct me on the
Yep.
exact date. Uh, they changed it up, and they went to Chicago, I believe, 2 years in a row, and then they started moving it around. It's been in Green Bay. Now it's in Pittsburgh. It was in Las Vegas last year, I believe. So about 5 years, something like that.
Yeah, I think this first overall pick is a lock. Um, I
Yeah,
do agree with the consensus. Um, it
yeah. For a
this is
pick,
bound to be an interesting one.
they're still celebrating the Steelers.
Yeah.
Bradshaw just walked out, so that they
Mm.
might bring out every Hall of Famer that
Wow.
they've ever had. We'll
Wow.
see.
Terry Bradshaw in the city of Pittsburgh. Never thought I'd see the day. He does not like going back.
Yeah, well, it is.
Because he got bullied by Steelers fans.
Yeah, well, he's being cheered by him now. I mean, he only
Yeah.
won 4 Super Bowls for them. I
Yeah.
mean, what else? What else do they want?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are still going through the opening ceremonies.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Okay, it's officially open, and the Las Vegas Raiders are now officially on the clock. So
All right.
when it's past the hour, they are officially on the clock. Actually, they are down to just under 8 minutes, according to the official clock on the
Yeah.
TV that shows the draft clock. So, like I said, typically the NFL encourages that team to hang out for a few minutes, not turn that pick in at least till halfway through that time allotment,
Yeah.
so that everybody can kind of get settled and have their beverages and snacks in hand to enjoy what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Now, interestingly enough, Fernando Mendoza is not at the draft itself. He is
No.
actually at Miami with his family. They just cut to a scene with him with his family. So,
You know what? Fair enough.
you
I
know,
for one
great.
am not going to be mad at that.
Yeah, if you want to celebrate with your family, that more than being at the event, that's fine.
Yeah.
More power to you.
Yeah.
It's just an unusual choice, given that typically the guys that are the league invites somewhere in the neighborhood of
Yeah.
35 or so players that they anticipate will be drafted in
Yeah.
the first round
Yeah.
uh, to be at the event, and they're welcome to come or not. Typically, the guy who is pretty much dead certain he's going to be the first overall pick shows up, but hey,
Yeah.
he's sitting there
Yeah.
enjoying this with his family here, so
Yeah.
good for him.
Yeah. You know what? I already know as well. There's going to be like there are going to be a couple fans from the other AFC West teams that are gonna try to use this as a way to as a way to question Fernando Mendoza's character and his dedication to the team. I would actually argue the opposite. I think it shows tremendous character and a tremendous aspect of loyalty, that he's not out there putting himself first. He's putting his family first.
Anybody that does that is just looking for things. There's
Again, that's why I specified it's probably going to be fans of the other AFC West teams.
Yeah, the fans of other teams always put down, your teams, guys. So
Yeah.
and we're not exactly exempt from that ourselves.
Yeah.
There's a little team up north that we kind of love to hate. So
Yeah. Yeah. Little preview of that one.
So any questions from anybody that's on?
No. All of our concurrent viewers have tabbed off for right now, so.
Okay.
But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. We're just hanging out. We're just hanging out. If anybody wants to join, they can. And if
Yep.
not, this stream will be up for people to view after the fact.
Yeah, and if you view after the fact and you have questions for us, go ahead, ask them.
Yeah. Go ahead, leave it in the comments down below.
Yeah, we're happy to reply to any questions, any comments that you might have. We certainly, aren't afraid to engage. In fact, we'd love to engage with you. So,
yeah.
Okay, we are at 4:14 left on the Raiders pick, and
You
still.
You are over a minute ahead of me.
Okay, well, that's what happens when you
Yeah.
you stream your TV service. So
yeah.
So
yeah. I'll say it again. For anybody who hasn't seen the previous episodes of this podcast, I think the smart move for the Steelers would be to draft Ty Simpson. I think it wouldn't be too terrible of a reach, considering he's a quarterback, to pick him up in the first round. But I know that they won't, because they're still waiting on Aaron Rodgers, despite the fact that their deadline supposedly was today, and he still hasn't given them an answer.
Okay, so
which we all knew was going to happen in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so continuing that history, given that Aaron Rodgers played for the Packers, which is the team that we are not big fans of, I've watched this drama play out for every season for at least half a decade now. He says, "Oh yes, I will let you know well in time before you need to make any decisions, whatever," and he never ever commits until after the draft, and typically until after he doesn't have to participate in mandatory mini camps. So
I did just see on the screen about 4 minutes and 30 seconds ish in the Raiders room, clapping and shaking hands. So
yeah, pick is in. We're waiting for the commissioner to come out here.
Yep.
So yeah, if you were a Raiders fan or an Aaron Rodgers fan and you thought that he was going to reply,
Steelers fan there, not yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, if you're a Steelers fan or Aaron Rodgers fan, you think he's going to reply, he's not. Basically, he holds those teams hostage until he decides he wants to play. Commissioner's coming out.
All right. I wonder who it's going to be.
I wonder. Okay.
I will be so shocked. Listen, the Jets would love it. But
yeah. It is in fact Fernando Mendoza out of Indiana to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Easiest pick of my life.
Yeah, it's not even like there was, gee, if you like this trait, then this would be your quarterback. If you like this trait, this guy would be your quarterback.
No, for real, I could have put $100 in on this and made 1 cent.
Yeah, that's how certain even the betting community was on this pick. So, yep. Now the Jets are on the clock.
All right. Now, this is where it starts getting interesting.
Yeah. So I think I agree that the pick will be a pass rusher.
Yeah.
Uh, the only other it's got to be a pass rusher or an offensive tackle. So it really depends on their philosophy.
Yeah.
Uh, so you're talking probably either Bain, Junior, Reese as edge rushers, or Proctor, or Fano
Yeah.
as a tackle. So do they believe that they need better protection for their quarterback, or do they believe that they need to hassle opposing quarterbacks as a philosophy? Uh, so
Yeah. Now, I do wanna talk briefly about how much of a tremendous feeling it must be for Fernando Mendoza and his family for him to get picked number 1 overall in an NFL draft.
I mean,
Yeah.
for any player, right? I
Yeah.
mean, to be the first overall selection, and forget about the money part,
Yeah.
which there will be plenty.
Oh, absolutely.
Uh, it's these guys have worked for this since they were peewee,
Yeah.
right? So 5, 6, 7 years old, the first opportunity to play any kind of organized football,
Yeah.
uh, all the way through middle school, high school, college. I mean, they've they've been preparing for their life's work
Yeah.
for their entire life.
Yeah.
So to
And
see that pay out
yeah.
and it
And
all
not
that
just
work.
not just pay off, but
No, I mean, but
legitimately
pay out.
he's getting recognized in this moment as probably the best, as the most valuable, at least, player in this draft class. In hundreds of players, he is getting recognized as the first overall pick, being the most valuable player out of all of them, and that has got to feel special.
Yeah. Now, depending on how many compensatory picks that are handed out by the league, you're talking,
Yeah.
7 times 32 plus or minus
Yeah.
10 to 12 compensatory picks,
Yeah.
right? So that's all that gets
Yeah.
selected. Everybody else, if you're coming out of college and you make a team, you're getting signed as a free agent, and you have to outperform. Those people have to outperform everybody at their position group when they get into that team. Being selected first overall, or even in the first several rounds, you're given a couple years grace, right, to adjust to life in the NFL. But these guys that won't be drafted over the next 3 days, that will get a call and might get $5,000 or $10,000 to come participate in a camp. They have to perform every single opportunity they get
Yeah.
because they're only going to get 1 or 2 opportunities a day.
Yes.
Literally, I'm not joking on that. They're going to get 1 or 2 reps a day,
Yeah.
and if they don't make it happen, somebody else will.
Yeah. Welcome, folks, to the first ever live, not only the first ever live stream on this channel, but the first ever live episode of Marshall Football.
Hey, everybody, happy to have you.
Yeah. This
I'm
is,
Ken. That's Andy.
yep.
The
We,
pick is in
oh,
for the Jets,
all right.
so we are waiting for the commissioner to
Yeah.
walk up to the podium with the selection.
But for those of you who don't know us, we've been doing this for a couple months now, ever since the playoffs started. Actually,
Yep.
we started with predicting the playoff games, which I had a perfect record on. Um, we had a couple 50-50s, which went this one's way. That meant that the podcast's official predictions were wrong, but
Yep.
I
Okay, the commissioner
oh,
walking to the podium, and it looks like it will remain the Jets selection. There's nothing about a trade.
all right. I'm not necessarily surprised by this.
They take David Bailey
All right, there you go. Yeah,
out of Texas.
yeah, he's it was him, Reese, or or Bain, in my opinion, this whole
Yeah.
time. They're all pretty close together. Bain has had a lot of Micah Parsons comparisons. The main difference being that Micah Parsons was converted to edge rusher well before he graduated from college, whereas Reese only really started having those practices and those reps and all that training after he left college.
Right.
There's been a lot of speculation that he could be good at it based on what they've seen, but I understand why the Jets didn't want to take that risk.
Yeah. I mean, it's not surprising.
That being said, he's a
Jets are
pretty safe pick as an edge rusher.
right. They need to make
Yeah.
safe picks because of their situation.
Yeah. That being said, I think Reese is a pretty safe pick. I don't think I feel like you're getting it. The odds of you getting a quality player are pretty good, even if it's not at the position you drafted him for, because you could just put him back at linebacker. The problem is, are you really going to draft a guy that you're thinking in the back of your mind, oh, well, we could just put him back at linebacker as the second overall pick in a draft? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, if you end up having to move him to an off the ball position, you're right, just like a middle linebacker or an outside linebacker that doesn't rush the quarterback, then it is a disappointment, right? Because you are drafting.
Hello, Lamoni Morris. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, how's it going?
But yeah, what were you saying there, Dad?
I was saying if they end up having to move him back to an off the ball type linebacker, that will be a disappointment given that he was selected second overall.
Yeah.
And they're drafting him.
But they avoided that risk altogether. They picked up David Bailey. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, again, this was one of those situations like we talked about with the first overall pick. Is sometimes you have multiple quarterbacks, and it's whatever flavor of style of quarterback you want is your guy, right? Well, this is we knew that they needed an edge rusher, and there were several available, right? All of them.
Yep.
So in what flavor that they wanted. So they went with David.
David Bailey he doesn't have the arm length concerns that Ruben Bain Jr. does. He does come with the concern that a lot of the teams and players that he went up against in college, especially this past year, were kind of lower level than some of his than some of the other edge rushers in this class. But I think he's a very safe pick. He's clearly good enough for the Jets to pick him up. So
yeah, the Jets need to make some safe picks. They've had a long list of
looks like he's got a comparison to Nick Bonito, who I think is a fairly underrated edge rusher. So, I'm not mad at that.
Okay.
He is definitely a guy that I would love to have on the Bears if we had this high of a pick.
Well, I am delighted.
Yeah,
that we do.
Yeah, that would have been a miserable season for us.
Yeah, given the expectations that were put on last year. So,
yes. But we're in a good place.
Cardinals have still not made their selection. There's a minute and 42 left on their clock.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I will put it out there. Perhaps a little bit risky. Perhaps a bit of a jinx. So last year I went on record. I said I want to see Armand Membou drafted by the Bears. Obviously that didn't happen. He went to the Jets. This year, the guy I would like the guy I would like who's a fairly realistic pick at our position is Caden McDonald. Now he is the best D tackle, so the odds of that happening, he could get picked higher than us. But looks like the D tackles will start getting picked in the early to mid 20s, which is right about where we are.
If he's available, the only reason I would say that possibly he wouldn't be is that he is not necessarily a scheme fit for Dennis Allen, but he is, according to many, the top-rated D tackle and a really good run stuffer, which is something that we need.
Yeah.
But again, our staff is really focused on, uh, they have specific definitions: height, weight, size, speed,
Yeah.
all these categories. They have them clearly defined. What type of technique and player that they want. They typically, was talking to another buddy of mine last night. He also believes that they like the younger guys as opposed to an older guy.
Yep, that
Um,
makes sense. You get more time to develop them. They're going to
Over
retire
time
much
develop,
less. Yeah,
right? Yep.
and
So
they tend to have more ability to develop if they're younger too.
yeah, when you're in the 20, you're picking 25, you pretty
Yeah,
much have to let the draft fall to you. If there's somebody that you really are passionate about,
yeah,
you can move up a little bit, but
yeah,
you don't want to
yeah.
waste the draft capital that you have to do that. So to make a huge jump up into the top 10 would be way too costly. Move up a couple of spots, maybe. Okay, the commissioner is now walking out with the card,
All right, but yeah,
and looks like it will stay the Cardinal selection.
all right. Oh, oh, that's a surprise.
Jeremiah Love.
Yeah,
Hmm,
wow. I was
interesting.
not expecting that one.
I did not expect the Cardinals to go after a running
Yeah,
back.
I was thinking
Uh,
the Titans. I know you thought the Titans would take Cardinal Tate. I think maybe they do now here because
yeah,
the
I
only
thought
other option there is going to be kind of gone for them.
yeah, I thought Love might drop a little
They
further
might take an edge
down
rusher
top
though.
10. Yeah, I thought Love might
Uh,
drop a little further down in the top 10 just
yeah,
because the recent high draft pick running backs haven't
yeah,
been immediate impact guys, right? So, uh, but yeah, hey,
yeah,
they're going for playmakers.
yeah.
All right.
Jeremiah Love has been talked about as probably the best player in this draft class, all things considered. So, I understand why. I just thought, that they've got running back was not their biggest need, but clearly they think he's good enough to offset that. So,
Yeah, at this point, I think that the Titans either go offensive line to help protect their young quarterback or wide receiver to help them out.
yeah. It does say on the board here that their second biggest need is edge. I actually think wide receiver is probably a bigger need for them, not by a lot, but they've got Jeffrey Simmons at D tackle. Their defensive line is anchored because of him. Um, Frankly, I think offensive line is probably their bigger need. Although there are some there is a good edge rusher in Ruben Bain left. Um, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah. Already kind of thrown off, but these things happen.
they do for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just making some adjustments to my information here.
Yep.
Uh,
I have heard some people saying Jordan Tyson is the best wide receiver in this class. Um, but yeah. Yeah. All right. But yeah, this is you know, I'm sure he's going to be the starter. Unless he is completely abysmal in training camp because I mean, you're going to
hey,
draft him at top 3. He'd need to flame out completely to not be starter.
right.
That I really thought they were gonna let Algier start, give him his shot at it, but apparently not.
So uh, I'm just kind of playing around with Chat GPT as we go along too. Chat thinks that the next pick will be a tackle. It doesn't give me a specific
The
though.
the Titans pick is in.
Okay.
Just waiting
Well, they
on
won't. They
the
won't
commission
announce
to walk
here
out.
until Jeremiah Love's interview is over.
Yeah,
So that's another thing. If you're not used to watching the draft on
yeah,
TV, they always give the broadcast precedence, and they'll delay announcing the player
yeah.
until they've achieved that goal.
Yep. This is yeah. No, we are. That is something that did kind of bug me last year because last year was my first time paying attention to the draft. Um, Especially since there would be times when the commissioner would walk out and they were still talking about their guy. Um, but you know what? It's fine. Um, I think it's just something you've got to get used to. Ultimately, is the fact that these reporters have jobs. They have to talk about this stuff. They need to earn their living, just as the rest of us do.
Great.
No. And if they cut their talk short on a major candidate, on a major player, they're maybe not going to have that job for much longer.
Yeah. All right. Oh, pick is in for the Titans,
Yep.
and yep, as you said, and we are waiting for the commissioner here.
Yep.
I don't see any. I don't see any movement yet. They're still
Yeah.
still finishing up.
Yeah. No, I'm always excited for the draft. And by always I mean these past 2 years I've been excited for the draft. But this is
I've been
it's
watching the draft for probably
yeah,
longer than you've been alive,
yeah,
so more than 20
yeah.
years.
Uh,
Oh, wow. The Titans take Carnell Tate,
there
wide
you go.
receiver.
Just as you predicted in our first
Yeah.
mock draft there. The Giants are going to be a little upset by that, I think. I I'm sure they were hoping to get their hands on him, but you know what? This is just where we are. The Giants have to deal with it, unfortunately for them. It's kind of just how it goes.
Yep.
Now, I think the consensus for the Giants at 5 here is actually Sonny Styles, linebacker.
It's gonna be defense, I
Yeah,
think. It's either gonna be edge rusher or linebacker.
yeah,
Yeah, so a weapon for the young
yeah,
offense.
yeah.
So
Arguably the best wide receiver in this draft class. I know some
well,
people have had their eyes on Jordan Tyson, but clearly the Titans think he's the best wide receiver. So,
yep.
oh, Giants pick is already in.
Yeah, these first few
Yeah,
will come in quickly, but they won't be announced quickly.
yeah,
So because they've right, because Cardinal Tate's there, they've got to give
yeah,
him his moment to walk out, give a hug to
yep,
the commissioner, receive his
yeah,
jersey, some photo ops, and a little
yeah,
interview. So it'll be
yeah,
uh, they'll be kind of stacked up for a little
yeah.
bit.
So who do we think if the assuming the Giants take Sonny Styles, which has been the consensus from what I've seen, who do we think the Browns are going to take?
I think it's gonna. It should be offensive line at this
Yeah,
point. Your top tackle should be coming off the board soon
yeah,
because they certainly I mean, they need everything, right?
Yeah.
And it's just this, but the top wide receivers off the board, your top edge rushers off the board. Uh, when you're in these top, you know, 8 picks, you really would like to be able to have the first guy at whatever position if you can. So yeah, I think they're going to go offensive tackle
Now,
for the Browns.
what's crazy is, so obviously we know we have Jeremiah Love, who's already been drafted, right?
Mm-hmm.
The consensus from what I've seen is that his teammate, another running back, Jadarian Price, will get drafted by the Seahawks at the end of the first round.
Well, here's the thing. And forgive me, I can't remember the names. A couple years ago, the Falcons drafted running back in the first round out of Texas, I believe.
Hmm.
And the guy behind him, they're like, man, this guy's just as good.
Yeah.
I mean, he just their other guy is like 1 and 1A. The Bears drafted the other guy, and he what's his name? He was on the team last year, but he fell out of favor.
Travis
Injury.
Homer?
No,
Rashawn Johnson?
Roshan Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Travis Homer, by
uh,
the way, now a Steeler.
yeah, but
We
Roshan
lose a
Johnson.
lot of players to the Steelers.
Yeah,
Not that
but
this is much
Roshan
of a
Johnson
loss, but yeah.
was supposed to be a 1A
Yeah.
to the Falcons running back, and just wasn't.
Oh,
So
JSN Jackson Smith is very excited about Carnell Tate's draft.
yeah,
Believe they actually would have played together for a little bit there. So, because JSN also out of Ohio State, if I'm remembering correctly.
could be.
But yeah, Caleb Downs, the first safety, still hasn't gone either.
Yeah, could be Downs or it could be the top corner.
Hmm.
I could see the Saints going with the top corner.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to take defensive backs high in the first round. They did it with Marshawn Lattimore a few years ago. So
Not to be confused with famous fullback Marcus Lattimore.
right.
Famous being a relative term.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Is the commissioner coming out?
no, but a buddy of mine is saying that the Chiefs just traded up,
Oh.
but I don't know to what spot though.
Oh, Chiefs traded with the Browns for number 6.
Ah, okay.
I guess they're looking to take that corner if the Giants don't have it.
Yeah. So I mean, they'll know, even though we don't know yet.
Yeah.
As soon as the card gets turned in by the team, all the teams after them get notified of
Yeah.
who that pick is. Because obviously, they're closer to being on the clock or on the clock in this case. So
Yes.
Clearly, whoever the Giants took wasn't the guy that they wanted.
I would assume that they're going after corner because that's their big need after trading away Trent McDuffie. So
Yeah, that's my thought.
so I would take that to mean that the Giants did not take the top corner and the Chiefs are not going to risk anybody else taking him.
Well, I think it's the linebacker to Sonny Styles
Yeah.
to the Giants.
Yeah, the most athletic player probably in this draft, the most insane combine out of anybody, from what I've heard.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So here comes the commissioner. He's got
All right.
with him. So sometimes he brings people out who actually do the
Yep.
announcement. So yeah, some fan must have won
Yeah.
a chance to make the announcement
I
for the
know
Giants.
Tom Grossi announced it for the Packers last year. Uh, as a Bears fan, there's nothing bad I could say about Tom Grossi.
Mm-hmm.
Great guy, has raised so much money for charity, millions of dollars.
It's the family of Army major.
Ah,
I imagine he probably was
yeah.
lost in battle or something.
Hmm.
I don't have the sound on, so I don't know
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
details.
Yeah. But yeah, what is it with Packers fans named Tom being good guys?
Well, the Tom that we know that
Yeah.
runs trivia,
Yeah.
or hosts our trivia that we go to,
Yeah.
yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. Shout out Tom. And also shout out Tom, as in Tom Grossi.
Uh,
Up.
all right, here we
Okay.
go.
The Commanders? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh.
Hang on.
Okay, that
Giants
I'm
select.
I'm seeing updated. I'm seeing updates. Okay.
Okay,
That
hang
is
on.
unexpected.
Yeah. Hang on. The Giants take Arvell Reese.
Yep. Chiefs have their pick in. The Commanders are on the clock, all in quick succession. That's why I'm shocked by the Commanders, because I thought they traded with the Chiefs for a brief second. But
Yep.
yeah, that I was not expecting Edge to go there, but
Well, I mean, it's an opportunity. So,
yeah,
do the Chiefs actually go? Do they? Yeah, I still think that they probably go corner, but man, Sonny
yeah,
Styles will be a definite
yeah,
temptation for them. If he doesn't go here, I see him going to the Commanders.
yeah. Unless they take wide receiver or something, but honestly,
Commanders like
kind of a reach.
their
Yeah,
linebackers. They're kind of like the Bears. They're kind of old school in that way that they like to have a good. They've historically had good linebacking cores.
yeah.
So, turn your volume down a little bit. We don't want to run afoul of any.
Are you hearing it?
Yeah, I'm hearing. I'm hearing. No, I'm hearing. I'm not hearing clear,
Hmm.
but I'm hearing a little bit.
Okay.
Yep.
That better?
So again, yeah.
All right.
So Chiefs are now on the clock. They traded with the Browns. I have not seen any word on compensation. However, the pick is in. They're just waiting to announce it.
Yep.
Arvell Reese is his moment with the commissioner. So uh, I'm
Yeah.
sure it'll be a few minutes before that happens. So far we've got a quarterback, two edge rushers, a
Yeah.
running back, and a wide receiver off the board.
Yep. Oh, we've already got opinions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Not in the YouTube chat, but in the group chat.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy was surprised too.
Yeah.
Uh,
To quote my uncle, the Browns wasting no time throwing the season.
yeah. All right. I have news on who KC took, but I will wait until we get the official word from the
Yeah.
commissioner here.
Yeah.
So
Well,
he's Arvell Reese.
The Browns
His
pretty clearly traded their
oh, the
first round
Browns
pick for
need
the
everything.
Yeah. They picked up the Chiefs' first round pick. Yeah. They got
They need
that.
everything.
Yeah.
Whether they want to admit to it or not, they're clearly in a rebuild mode. So
Yeah.
they have to acquire as many picks as they can. So
I'm assuming it wasn't too much because they only traded down 3 spots.
right, but picks are picks when you're
Yeah.
when you're as talent depleted as the Browns are.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Browns get the ninth. They get a third rounder and a fifth rounder. So a third rounder is good value.
Yeah.
Fifth rounder. So in my draft philosophy, your first 4 rounds are the guys that you count on to become starters either day one or within the first couple of years.
Yeah.
Rounds fifth through the seventh are guys that you're looking to fill the bottom of your roster and be special teams guys. Occasionally, one of those guys pans out and becomes a starter, which is fantastic. But as a GM, you have to make those picks in the first 4 rounds count.
Yeah.
So to acquire a third round pick as a part of that package
Oh.
is significant. All right,
Yep.
so here comes the commissioner.
There's the pick is in. Yeah. I see it. It is on the screen.
Yeah, yeah, we'll let the commissioner make the
Yeah.
announcement real quick.
Yeah. And it is what we thought.
Yep, cornerback.
Commanders already have their pick in as well.
Yeah, my buddy has. He must be getting a different feed than we are because he's already told me who they're taking to.
Or he's following somebody who leaks picks.
Or right, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, see, I'm only just getting the commissioner walking out.
okay, yeah. Uh, Dwayne is already coming out. He just gave the commissioner his hug.
Oh.
So again, another pick that makes sense.
Yep. They need to replace Trent McDuffie. They're going to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I mean, you got an opportunity. It clearly they believe in him. I mean, the last time they made they may have made other moves up in the first round, but the last one that I remember clearly was Patrick Mahomes. So
Yeah.
if you're going to have that kind of success when you make a move up, you do it.
The Chiefs are good at drafting. You can't take that away from them.
Yeah, I mean, Andy Reid's been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to cut my video for a second. I want to get up and turn the fan up higher.
All right. You overheating in there?
Yeah. Is it cut?
No.
Yeah, so cut my video for a second if you can.
Let's see. There you
I
go.
don't think people.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think people want to watch me walk around in the preseason. Okay, I'm back.
Now, when the Jets were up earlier, it
Yeah.
had it had a list of all the people they gained this offseason, and then it was like, oh, here's all the people they lost this season. And at the top of things titled Jets losses was Justin Fields, and I'm like, I wouldn't call that a loss.
Well, I practically yes, but he started games for them, so they're going to list guys that
Yeah.
started games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like Justin Fields as a human being. Unfortunately, he uh, didn't didn't produce enough as a starter.
Yeah. Just never learned how to read an NFL defense.
The commissioner is now walking out with
All right.
a couple of Hall of Famers.
All right. Now, see, that would be awesome.
Always
Would
talking about it, Man of the Year award
ah
because he's. I was surprised to see
yeah
uh, Jerome Bettis out there because
yeah
Steeler.
yeah
It's Washington's selection,
yeah
so
yeah. That would be cool though. Is to be recognized as a fan and like announce a pick.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have contests for
Yeah.
that. Some I don't
But
know how you
if
get.
you get big enough, they'll just invite you to do it.
Yeah, I mean, because right now, for some reason, it's Lynn Swan and Jerome Bettis, both Hall
Yeah.
of Fame Steelers out there when it's the Commanders' selection.
Now, for anybody out there who's watched High School Musical, Lynn Swan is the guy that the main character Troy was based on. Fun fact, because the guy who wrote and directed High School Musical went to school
Okay.
with Lynn Swan.
So the pick is announced.
Shout out
The command,
Connor Napora.
yeah,
There
Washington
it
take
is. There you go.
Miles.
Sonny is off the board.
Yeah, as I said.
Yep.
So now we've got the Saints. They are,
Their pick is in.
yeah, but they're kind of a wild card.
Yeah.
Because they could go with, I mean, they need receiver, edge, corner, D line, O line.
Yeah.
Boy,
We've kind of had a
I
fall for the offensive tackles.
yeah, I'm kind of leaning toward.
Like that's sort of my
I'm
thought
I'm
process is like
I'm still
Ruben Bain has fallen too.
yeah. I just
Yeah.
I
Wow.
I still think maybe corner, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a tackle.
Yeah. Ruben Bain wouldn't surprise me. Honestly, at this point, if they decided I don't care about defense for picking Makai Lemon, I wouldn't be surprised by that either. We're far enough down the board that he could be a pick.
Yeah,
Lot of stuff going on here. The Saints need so much.
yeah. They're. I mean, obviously, unless you
Yeah.
happen to trade into one of these
Yeah.
top 10 picks, you have earned your top 10 pick
Yeah.
for reasons. So,
Yeah.
um,
I mean,
yeah, it's not,
everybody has earned a top 10 pick here because the Chiefs had a top 10 pick too.
yeah, it's not like the NBA where they have a lottery where even if you're not one of the worst teams, you get like a one. Like the worse you are, the more tokens I'll say that they put in the
Mm,
hat, and but everybody gets at least one
yeah.
token, is my understanding. So you have a chance of getting the first overall pick. It's just a really low chance, right? So, um, but yeah, Sonny Styles is having his moment with the commissioner, and oddly enough, two Hall of Fame Steelers. They were all getting a picture together.
Yeah.
So interesting turn of events there. I would have figured that maybe the Hall of Fame Steelers would have come out,
Yeah.
at pick 21 to help
Yeah.
announce the Steelers pick, but
You'd think. You'd think, but apparently not.
apparently
Nope.
not.
I wanna see where are. Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot. The uh the enemy up north doesn't have a first round pick.
It's okay. They traded it away, didn't it?
Yep,
Yeah.
they traded it to the Cowboys for Micah Parsons, and next
Yeah,
year's, I believe.
yeah, I think you're right. It's okay. We can still wear our hats when our team
Yeah,
picks because
yeah.
Okay. So Sonny's now getting his interview.
Yep. I see him hugging the commissioner right now.
Well, he's over being interviewed right now for
Yeah.
me, so he's already
Yeah. It's okay. I get to keep up with the actual draft board.
right through the
Yeah.
NFL draft tracker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we have any questions from anybody in the audience? We're happy to take some
Yeah.
questions. I mean, our thoughts, opinions, your thoughts, opinions.
Yeah. We love
We're all
interacting with the fans.
we're all football fans.
Yeah.
So, all right. They cut to a commercial, so it's gonna be at least a few minutes.
If
So,
anybody out there, even in the future, as this is uploaded as a regular video and not as a live stream, uh, if you have any questions about what we think of your favorite team, you know, we'll be happy to answer. Um, I do know I did have somebody on one of my videos who is a Saints fan from Australia comment, so shout out them. Let me see if I can pull up their comment to give them a real shout out here.
yeah, even if your favorite team is
Yeah.
the one up in Wisconsin, I can be honest
Yeah.
and at least for a few minutes to give you real thoughts. I have several friends who are Packers fans, so uh,
Yeah.
I can be unbiased.
Yeah. Let's see.
So yeah, so far we've got a quarterback, two edge rushers, running back, wide receiver, corner, and linebacker. No offensive tackles off the board yet. So certainly a potential for the Saints. Like I was saying earlier, if you're in the top 10, unless you really have a conviction on a guy, or there's several at a position that are just clearly ahead of others, your preference would typically be to um, find the first guy of whatever position helps fill a need for you. So the Saints do need an offensive tackle, of which none have been taken. They need wide receiver and edge, but those have both been taken. Corner has been taken as well. Uh, they need just regular D line as well, so like D tackles, but none of the D tackles are really rated this high. So my guess would be most likely corner, only because they have a history of having taken corners this high before.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
but
did
yeah,
find the commenter. Shout out at Strawberry6. That is SKRAWBERRY and the number 6. Shout out
all
to
right,
you, our favorite Saints fan from Australia.
absolutely. Hope to visit your country one of these days.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got input on the next two positions from my friend, and I'm not correct on my Saints pick. So let's see who they take here.
Overalls in Madden Mobile are crazy. As soon as Fernando Mendoza got drafted, I get a notification from Madden Mobile, a game I have not played I have not played very much because it's not as good as regular Madden.
Okay,
The notification is number 1 pick, 174 overall, Mythic Fernando Mendoza available now.
well, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Uh, the commissioner has just walked up to the stadium.
All right.
Uh, So they're showing the crowd a little bit here. They're letting the Saints fans get all riled up. Okay. Come on, Kamish.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
he's
there you
announcing it
go.
now.
What can I say? What can I say? I told you.
Yep.
I told you it was a possibility.
Jordan Tyson. Yep. All
Yep.
right.
Now,
So
of
that's the
course,
second.
those of you who watched our first mock draft know that I predicted him to go to the Dolphins. I think he's a good Tyreek Hill analog, personally. So I'm sure the Saints will be happy to have him. Tyler Shuck is going to be glad to have another weapon to throw to instead of truly just Chris Olave.
Now the Browns are on the clock. Do you remember the position that I predicted a couple minutes ago?
I do not.
Okay. Well, it aligns with what my friend says.
Yeah. Travis Achan also a Saint right now. Not to be confused with the Von Achan of the Dolphins, but
Right.
different spelling, same pronunciation.
All right. So for the Browns, I'm predicting offensive tackle.
Yeah.
And it actually aligns with what my friend is saying. So we'll see if that confirms here in a minute.
Right.
For the Giants, they took, what did they take? They took edge rusher. I think they're going to continue to build that defense.
Yeah.
And I'll bet that they go with the safety.
Yeah,
Safety or corner.
Caleb Downs still on the board. Makai Lemon. Actually, no, sorry, I predicted Makai Lemon, not Jordan Tyson.
Okay.
Yeah, but Makai Lemon is there. They might be happy to take another wide receiver.
They could, yeah. But another one of my philosophies is you dedicate your draft resources mostly to one side or the other, right? You say I'm gonna and you supplement the other side of the ball with your free agency moves, unless there's always outliers, right?
Yeah.
But and then you swap back and forth. That way, you hopefully are drafting well, so you're getting good young players to become starters, and then you're filling holes with free agents, right? Temporarily for 2 to 3 years until you get in the position to draft a player for that position. So that's unfortunately you would like to just keep paying these guys, but especially if you get some good guys, but you can't. You can really only afford to pay a few players on your team. Really, I mean, like the big money, right? You're going to pay if you got the star quarterback, you're going to pay that person. You're going to pay your star edge rusher if you've got a star. You're going to pay a star offensive player, whether it's a running back or a wide receiver, and then another star on defense. And you'll pay one or two special teams guys, but the big money for those guys isn't crazy.
Yeah.
So really you're talking about paying big money to about 4, maybe 5 guys if you've got another exceptional player or a super great offensive tackle or defensive tackle.
Yeah.
But by the time you give those guys their money, you're spending more than half the cap. So the other guys have to fit under there. So
yeah. Now I'm sure if the Dolphins think that the Giants could take wide receiver, they might want to trade up because they are in desperate need of wide receiver help. Not having Tyreek Hill, they don't have Jalen Waddle anymore.
But the Dolphins are next up. They're on their 11th. Yeah. So the Browns pick is in.
Yep.
So they'll know whatever that pick is.
Yep.
Yeah, it's officially listed on the TV, right? As being in.
Yeah.
So really, it comes down to do they think the Giants will take whoever they want?
Yeah.
Browns fans are excited to be on TV.
Yeah. If I was a Browns fan, I think I'd have a hard time being excited at all. But
This is their most exciting time of the year, just
yeah,
like it was for the Bears for so many years.
yeah,
It's the promise of a new day.
yeah.
So, all right, here comes the commissioner walking out.
Oh, there you go. You were right, Dad.
Yep.
Oh, Giants have their pick in. So,
Yep. Spencer Fano,
yep,
offensive tackle to the Browns.
yep.
So,
They get to replace Jack Conklin, who they lost in in free agency this year.
yeah, but if they're ever going to sort out their quarterback problem,
Yeah.
they've got to start protecting their
To
quarterbacks.
to which I'm sure everybody listening just said, "Oh no, not Jack Conklin."
Yeah, but I mean, you're drafting ninth overall, and you got
Yeah.
to choose the guy you think is the top tackle.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, Giants, I'm leaning towards safety or corner.
Yeah.
Outside shot could be wide receiver, yeah, but um, yeah, they went defense with their first pick. I would expect them to go defense again here. And then maybe shift to offense with the next pick, whenever that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, because you got
Well, the
Lemons.
draft presentation for the Browns is much better this year.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the commissioner
Oh,
because Fano
oh my.
was. Oh,
Giants pick is in.
Giants pick is in, and I see what it is.
Yeah, I
So
do too. And so does
not
everybody
what either.
else. Yeah. But yeah,
It makes sense. I mean, they've got
uh,
they
it,
take Francis Mayoga.
Maui
Uh,
Noah is, I think, the way you pronounce that.
I think it's pronounced with an N, even though there is not
Yeah.
one.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
Tua Tagovailoa, so
yeah, well, there's lots of
yeah,
yeah, right.
well, in this
Right,
case, I believe they're both Polynesian. Although
they are. Yeah,
that's not the term that people always that people from that region like. I just don't remember it.
I don't know
Yeah,
which island
yeah,
they actually
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
have
yeah,
as their ancestry.
yeah.
Um,
But
but
yeah,
yeah,
um,
tackle makes sense. They got the young quarterback, right?
yeah.
That got
Jackson
injured
Dart.
last year.
Yeah, you've
Yeah,
gotta
so
you've
they
gotta you've gotta protect Cam Scadaboo as well. Help him run.
yeah.
So I do like that pick for them.
Dolphins. I'm with you on thinking receiver
Oh,
here.
nope. They traded with the
Oh wow,
Cowboys.
traded. They went down one.
Well, I think they're still gonna take. I think they're still gonna take wide receiver.
Yeah.
Um, but because the Cowboys don't need it.
Wonder what the compensation is going to be for that.
Uh, my cousin Billy is wondering how much farther Ruben Bain will fall. Uh, maybe not
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Yeah, I could see the Cowboys taking
Yeah,
D lineman here, especially given
yeah,
that two tackles just came off the board.
yeah.
I had that as my sleeper pick when we were taught when we did our pick
Now,
last.
so that begs that means whatever it is, since they only traded up one spot, that literally means the Cowboys thought the Dolphins might take whoever they wanted.
Or not necessarily. They more than likely thought that another team was offering to move up
Mm,
to the Dolphins.
that possibly as well. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
probably
I
another
yeah. Yeah, we'll
team.
we'll see whenever we see the compensation if we feel like it's a bit of a steal for the Dolphins.
Yeah. But yeah, it's more than likely they were worried that another team was
Yeah,
gonna jump over
yeah.
them.
Because frankly, I think the Dolphins are pretty clear cut at wide receiver here. I don't think that the Cowboys need to worry about that.
Yeah, I think it could very well be Baines, and they're probably
Yeah,
thinking, that the Rams, Ravens, or Bucks were going to try to move up.
yeah. I would guess probably the Bucks because the Ravens just got Trey Hendrickson, and
Yeah, but the Rams need an edge rusher too.
yeah,
So
perhaps they were worried about the Jet. No, because the Jets just got edge rusher. What am I talking about? Maybe they were worried about the Jets getting a second edge rusher.
it's not edge,
Oh,
and it's not tackle,
well then. That's certainly interesting. I
but it
prob
is on the side of the ball where they need a lot of help.
so yeah, gonna be some secondary then.
Yeah,
That makes sense. And hey, you know who we still haven't seen out of the secondary? Caleb Downs. Where yeah, that it
ding
is
ding
odd.
ding ding ding.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll see it. We'll confirm it here
yeah,
when it gets officially. But
yeah,
yeah, that looks like that's the pick. So what? Yeah, I'm interested to see the compensation that it took to go get him.
yeah. I'm not seeing anybody who would necessarily be leaping at the chance to go pick him up.
It could still be the Buccaneers.
Yeah, maybe
Or
because
Rams.
he
They
yeah
both need secondary help.
secondary help.
I
Yeah,
mean, let's specifically list corner along with the Jets, but and
yeah,
the Lions.
yeah,
So there's again, you've gotten out of the top 10, and you've got an opportunity to get a top 10 talent. Um, you know, they were clearly worried that somebody was going to make a deal with the Dolphins to go get him instead. So
yeah,
clearly they had their heart set on the guy. So
yeah,
sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you get Patrick Mahomes, sometimes you get Mitchell Trubisky. So
yeah,
nothing against Mitchell Trubisky, but he just didn't produce enough as a starter to warrant the move that
yeah,
Ryan Pace made for him.
yeah. He annihilated the Jets just this
Oh,
season. Yeah,
he had a 6 touchdown pass game against the Buccaneers when he was a Bear. I mean,
yeah,
we all thought that was his coming out party. I mean,
yeah,
they're like he had arrived, but yeah, unfortunately,
yeah,
it was not the case.
yeah. Now I do remember in high school you took me to a Bears Packers game at Soldier Field,
Yeah,
and
that was his
that
first
would have
game.
been yeah, that would have been that would have been Trubisky, wouldn't it have been?
Yeah, it was Mitch Trubisky's first game.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he went against the Packers backup, who I can't remember who he was at the time because Aaron Rodgers had some sort of injury, kept him out a couple of weeks,
yeah,
and still managed to lose.
yeah. Yeah, I
And
remember that. There were some calls that we were a little bit upset about that day.
yeah, well, so years later, obviously we don't get to hear the rumors directly, but
Yeah,
like the guys I listen to on the radio and who I read in the paper, you know, they occasionally get to hear things behind the scenes after the fact, right? Because
yeah,
they're not going to be told these things, initially. Uh, but the head coach at the time, John Fox,
yeah,
did not want Mitchell Trubisky. He wanted an entirely different player. I forget who he wanted. It wasn't a quarterback. It was, or I'm sorry, no, he wanted. I think he wanted. Doesn't matter. He didn't want him. Thought he had an agreement with Ryan Pace. Ryan Pace went ahead and drafted Mitchell Trubisky
Yeah,
anyway because he.
I literally just heard today that apparently, um, Patrick Mahomes had heard from the Bears and they said, "We're drafting you, Patrick."
Yeah. So anyway, okay, Cowboys selection is
Yep,
officially up
there it
here.
is, and there's our top safety, and the Dolphins
Yep.
have their pick in, um,
Yep.
which puts the L.A. Rams on the clock with a rare
Officially
first
announced.
round pick for them.
Yeah. So anyway,
I
because
do
of that
like this
John
pickup for the
Fox,
Cowboys.
yeah, John Fox felt betrayed and never really liked Mitchell Trubisky, so uh, never really gave him the proper attention to
Mm,
try to, in opportunities. So he was really kind of thrown into the wolves
yeah,
in that game and didn't really have proper support. So
yeah,
it's it's crazy how some people. I mean, John Fox ended up losing his job
yeah,
uh, because of his own ego. So
yeah,
um, that's I want a guy that is doing what's right for the team, and if you do what's right for the team, chances are it's going to make you look good,
yeah,
right in the end. So
yeah.
I don't get it. Anyway, yeah. So Caleb Downs to the Cowboys. Not a surprise. Their
Yeah.
defense was miserable last year.
Particularly their secondary, they've actually made quite a few moves at defensive line. Um,
Yeah,
ended up getting Rashawn Gary from the Packers. They got Kenny Clark from the Packers.
right. They got him as a
Um,
part of the trade last year.
yep. They got Quinnen Williams from the Jets.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
the
So they've
yeah,
they've definitely made some moves.
yeah.
Uh,
This is the
yeah. It was
infamous this is the infamous all in that we've seen that
well.
the Cowboys have been calling for years.
The Cowboys are really good at making noise
Yeah,
uh, in the in the off season.
yeah,
Uh, Jerry Jones is really good at bringing a lot of attention to his team,
yeah,
but they always, for whatever
yeah,
reason, end up failing in the crunch.
yeah,
So it's, I mean, it's unfortunate for
yeah,
Cowboys fans, but they've got 4 championships to look back on in the '90s. So
yeah.
I've only got
Believe
one. And
that's five total
yeah,
across their team history.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I
Just
mean, the Bears have 9 championships, but only one in my
yeah.
lifetime. So uh,
Just don't ask Jerry Jones what kind of days he wants to return to.
mhm. All right, Caleb is getting his interview now, so it'll be a minute or so. I still
I
think
hope you
wide receiver.
know that as soon as you said Caleb, my brain went to Caleb Williams.
Yeah, Caleb Downs is
Yeah,
getting his interview now. Uh, I agree. I still think it's going to be a wide receiver for the Dolphins.
yeah.
Um,
Help
for
out
the
Malik
Rams,
Willis. He needs it. He desperately needs it.
yeah,
If the Dolphins picked up a defensive player, I know Malik Willis is going to like be sobbing. Why did I sign here? At least I know I would be.
I think it could be another offensive lineman
Yeah, yeah,
for the Rams.
yeah. Honestly, if the Rams hadn't traded away their 29th overall pick, I actually kind of would have liked them to take Ty Simpson there, plan for the future.
I mean, after pick 26,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. But the problem is they traded that away for Trent McDuffie. So, now I really do think he falls to the second round and gets picked up by like the Jets or
Oh,
somebody.
Dolphins took a tackle,
Oh,
Caden Proctor.
well, there you go. That I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world for Malik Willis.
That's the third.
Yeah. It he was actually the
Oh,
first. If you look at the prospects board, he's the first on the he's the first offensive tackle on the list. But oh no, sorry, he's the second. Francis Mauigoa is the number one. What's going on?
uh, something really crazy with the Rams potentially. I'm asking if it's real or if it's a guess.
Hmm. You know what? As long as they're not taking Caden McDonald from me,
Holy,
I'll love it. I mean, you got to tell me now.
uh, and supposedly it's Ty Simpson
Oh,
to the Rams. But I mean, we'll see for
yeah,
sure here in a couple minutes. I mean, he's getting it from Pro Football Focus, so they're not
yeah.
usually wrong. Holy crap.
That is a
That's
I
massive.
literally just said I would like them to pick him if they had a lower pick, but
I know, but that's a
yeah,
massive, massive surprise to go that
yeah.
high.
That is a did they really think somebody would draft him?
I,
You could trade
that's
down.
right. I mean,
Did they the only thing I can think of is maybe they thought the Jets would take him. Cuz we all know the Steelers aren't gonna.
right.
And and even if you thought they were, you could trade with the Cowboys or something. Cut off the Steelers right off the bat, and yeah.
Wow, that's just
Yeah.
yeah, because the
I
Ravens don't need him, Bucks don't need him,
yeah.
Jets, Vikings, they're committed to JJ McCarthy for at least another year.
And
Panthers,
the
no.
and
Cowboys,
the
no. Steelers, no. Chargers, no. Eagles, no. Browns,
Browns, yeah, I mean I would at that point potentially, but
24.
yeah, that is so much room to trade down.
I mean, they could draft. I mean, they could if unless they were worried about the Jets, they could trade down 10 spots and not
Yeah.
and stay in position.
Yeah. That is
Wow.
yeah. That's going to be a headline. I mean, that certainly the opposite of Shador Sanders, I guess in this case.
Yeah, I hmm. That one, assuming it's true, that one throws me for a
Yeah.
little bit of a loop because
Yeah, that the only thing I can think of is that they were convinced that the Jets were going to take him.
right.
Oh wow. Oh my. I'm looking up at the TV. There's just videos of Caden Proctor pushing cars and trucks and stuff.
That's don't be too impressed with that.
Yeah.
I've seen some crazy videos like that
Yeah.
for guys that just don't pan out at all. The Bears drafted a guy, I can't the defensive lineman.
Yeah.
I can't remember
I
his
mean, yeah.
name or anything.
I mean, yeah, obviously I know it's not the end all be all, but like watching a man who is younger than me, by the way, pushing a pushing a truck that has like 10 people on it by
Yeah.
himself.
But I saw this guy, and for life of me, I can't remember his name. He was standing in the shallow end of the pool,
Yeah.
flat-footed
Yeah.
in the shallow end of the pool by the edge, jumped out and landed on his feet on the pool deck.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, just incredible, physical feat,
Yeah.
but it didn't pan out into being able to play.
Yeah. Well, turns out jumping is not a very useful skill for a defensive tackle.
Well, the thought was that having
Explosiveness.
that
Yeah.
explosive power in his
Yeah.
legs would help him be able
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
push offensive linemen off the ball. But
Yeah. Just
yeah,
didn't translate that way.
so assuming this is true, Ruben Bain, I gotta think is either to the Ravens or the Jets. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm the Ravens or the Broncos.
Buccaneers, you mean?
Buccaneers. Yeah,
Wow, you
if I could.
are.
Yeah,
You're struggling with your team names.
yeah.
Oh, we've got some people saying this is a W stream. Thank you so much, Greer family and Gawito Burrito.
Yeah, thanks for joining. We're happy
Yeah,
to have you. If you come up with any questions or comments, we'd be happy to talk about them with you over here.
yeah,
So this has been a passion of mine for a couple decades. I mean, football has been for a couple decades, but since they've been broadcasting uh, the draft, and I've been had access to that for probably 25 years now, something like that. I've been actually more than that. It was before I was married. So yeah, probably 26, 7 years, something like that. I've been watching the NFL draft every year. Uh, it's it's a lot of fun to try to predict and play GM. So
Thank you for the subs, Greer family and Gawito Burrito. Oh, I listen, Greer family. You do not have to donate anything to us.
oh
That
no,
is
we're
that
doing this
is
for fun.
yeah that is I yeah that was that has never been our intention is to take money from people. I mean,
The
if you
best thing
wanted to, yeah, yeah,
if you want to help us out, subscribe,
yeah,
pass the word.
yeah,
If we end
yeah.
up somehow
Oh,
earning some
yeah,
money from you,
yeah,
great. But we are not
yeah,
trying to.
yeah, yeah.
We're not asking.
If you wanted to, I wouldn't say no, but like you absolutely don't have to feel bad about not being able to do that for us.
Do not. No,
Yeah,
no. We do not. We're not asking for
yeah,
money from anybody. We're
yeah,
not.
no,
Or we don't have a group or
yeah,
anything like that you can join. We don't
yeah,
have anything like that.
yeah,
But yeah, if you like what we're doing,
yeah,
subscribe, watch the
yeah.
videos. That's
Yeah,
and
we do this every week. Don't normally we record on a Thursday and then we post on a Saturday. For at
yep.
least the podcast, I do Madden videos on here. Um, other times, but because this is the draft, we're streaming instead of recording, and this is just gonna stay
Hey,
up. So
here
this is
is
gonna be our
the
episode.
selection. Ty Simpson, quarterback to the LA
Wow,
Rams.
absolutely crazy.
I yeah, I mean it has to be the fear of the Jets
Yeah,
taking him. It has to be.
yeah. There.
Because
Wow.
everybody else until you get to back around to the Browns at 24 has their
Yeah.
quarterback.
I mean, the Steelers
Or
technically
is
don't,
waiting
but
for
they're
but
gonna
they're
get Aaron Rodgers. They're dedicated
gonna
to
get
Aaron Rodgers for no reason.
right, yeah. They're assuming that Aaron Rodgers is back, but everybody else has their guy.
Yeah.
So wow. I was if I heard his name at all tonight, I was expecting it to be somewhere
Yeah.
between 26 and 32.
Yeah.
So and
Yeah.
then you
You
got
know.
guys
Yeah.
name still
Yeah.
sitting out there.
Yeah.
So
Heck
wow.
yeah,
And this
Gawito Burrito.
year
Go
has three
Broncos.
best surprise picks, and this is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
So
I do
I
like.
never guessed this
Yeah.
kid, but I just he didn't project this high. So
Gawito. I do like the Broncos as well. Greer family. Yeah, the Broncos are a very good team. Obviously, I'm a Bears fan primarily. Got my Caleb Williams jersey. Got my Bears flag here. But the Broncos, I was mortified, frankly. I was the short that I released initially didn't really make it seem that way, but I did feel really bad for Bo Nix when that
Oh yeah,
happened. Um,
that's horrible for
yeah,
in a playoff win,
yeah,
especially. I
and
mean,
then and
it'd be
yeah,
bad enough if it had been a
I
playoff
I I
loss.
I actually stand on this. I think if I really think that if Bo Nix had remained healthy, they probably would have won the Super Bowl. That is my take on that.
It definitely would have gone far.
Yeah,
Always was a fan of John Elway
yeah,
as well. But yeah, it did.
yeah,
That was heartbreaking for Bo
yeah,
Nix, and I'm sure all Broncos fans. It's bad enough when that happens, like in the regular season or in a loss in the playoffs, but for it to happen in a win, and then now you nothing against the guy had to
yeah,
just try to step up, but you get to the playoffs because of your quarterback, right? And when you
yeah,
lose him, it's
yeah.
it's a really tough situation.
And like nothing against Drake May, he performed excellent this season, but
Oh,
the
we've talked
Patriots
about
were
this
the
before. Drake
Patriots were
May is
really struggling against those good defenses, and then yeah, and so they only won because those good defenses had bad offenses, and then they if Bo Nix had been healthy, that wouldn't have been really the case for them, and they would have really struggled there, I think, to pull out the win, and yet Bo Nix went down. He had broken ankle. Ugh, just
yeah,
terrible.
that's I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, Drake May clearly did not have his
yeah,
best game that
yeah.
game, but I mean,
And they struggled against Jarrett Stidham a little bit. Like that was how I knew right then and there. I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl because
the
yeah,
Broncos had a really good team overall and
yeah,
just happened to lose their quarterback, which
yeah,
is the engine that makes it all
yeah,
go. So
yeah. But yeah, no, I think I will in the words of at the time Chancellor Palpatine, I will watch Bo Nix's career with great interest.
yeah, right. Well, so yeah, now interesting conversation in LA, right?
Yeah,
How much longer is it going to be Matthew Stafford's time?
I would
Right?
guess.
Because
Well, I would guess one
it's
year at most.
Stafford is clearly the starter this year. I
Yeah,
mean, barring injury or something
yeah,
like that. I mean,
yeah,
there's just he's far away better than anybody that's coming out on this
yeah.
college draft. So
You're not gonna take away the reigning MVP. You're not gonna
yeah,
take his starter position away. Um,
yeah, he's clearly not the QB number one.
yeah,
It's just, do you will they think enough of Ty Simpson next offseason to let Stafford move
yeah,
on, or has Matt, secretly said, "Hey, I'm thinking I'm only going to hang out for another year or two
yeah,
before I retire."
yeah.
He clearly is, approaching that time. So,
Um.
um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, Ravens pick is in, but looks like
Yeah,
they're about to cut to
yeah.
commercial.
Yep.
So we'll get something else before we
Yeah.
actually get to pick.
I
Again, I'm going to predict Bane here.
yeah. I mean, somebody has to take him eventually, right?
He's, yeah, I mean, he's been dropping, and it's just,
Yeah.
uh, I can't see him
Yeah.
going much longer.
Yeah. So for anybody who might be wondering why sometimes Dad's video cuts out, it's because I have to click on oh, Ravens pick is in officially. I see it.
Pick is in. Here we
Yeah.
go.
But
They didn't.
for anybody wondering, real quick, before I talk about this pick, um, why Dad's video goes out every once in a while, it's because I have to click on my browser to see the draft board, and because Dad is up in a different browser or in a different tab, it turns off his camera while I'm tabbed onto a different thing. But Vega Ioane to the Ravens.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is an
guard.
yeah interior offensive lineman.
I
Makes
mean, it
sense.
makes
They
sense.
lost Linderbaum. They're probably going to move him to center. Would be my guess.
Yeah, I
Um,
wouldn't be surprised. But
yeah,
you've got a franchise player right at your quarterback,
yeah,
so you got to protect him.
yeah. Now this has to be where Ruben Bain goes. If he doesn't go here, I'm gonna lose my mind or something.
I mean, they need so much on
Yeah.
defense. Like, I'd be hard pressed for them to take
Yeah.
anything on offense.
Yeah.
So
I mean, obviously they don't have Mike Evans right now, but like
yeah,
you
but
need you need
their
your
defense
defense.
is
Yeah.
in desperate need of some help.
Yeah.
So
And if it's not the Buccaneers, it's going to be the Jets, I can tell you that.
it's got to be one of those.
Oh,
It's got
CBS
to be one of the 4 teams.
CBS
Jeez,
gave the Ty Simpson pick an A.
I
I don't know about that actually.
I haven't
I
read anything
see
anywhere
I could
that
see a
had
B, but like wow, that's that is a
I haven't read anything anywhere that had Ty Simpson in
yeah.
the top half of the first round. Everybody was pretty much
Yeah.
our line, I think, maybe in the 20s, late 20s somewhere.
Yeah.
Somebody might jump back up out of either somebody's sitting there or somebody might jump up
Yeah.
out of the
Yeah.
top of the second round.
Yeah, but for
But
everybody out there watching, like be on the lookout for like a Rams press release or something because they're gonna say why they took
they'll have
Ty
it.
Simpson this high in the next few days. It's gonna come out soon.
It'll be later tonight. Every
Yeah.
team has at the
Yeah.
end of the night they'll have a press
Yeah.
conference
Yeah.
talking about who they've taken.
Yes.
So there's something will come out tonight for
Yeah.
sure. It's just, and again, nothing against Ty Simpson. He may be a great player.
Yeah.
It's just everybody that I've read had him going in the late 20s, uh, or in the top of the second round.
Yeah.
So it's really surprising. That's again, it just illustrates the fact that quarterbacks are overpaid
Yeah.
for, right? They're overdrafted. If it came down to sheer talent, clearly he'd be further down. But again, to your point, or it had to be fear of the Jets.
Yeah. And I think it also illustrates a point. To as much as you guys may like us, we are not professionals in any sense. If we had that kind of scouting talent, we'd be working for an organization right now.
That would be a dream job for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't tracked every prediction I've ever made, but yeah, some of them I get right, some of them I don't. It's just this obviously we don't have access to the same information that actual teams do. So, it makes this even harder for us to be accurate. Uh, and like the guys that work for NFL Network and whatever that
Yeah.
actually get
They
to go out
also
and
have way more resources than us. That's true.
they have access to all the film that
Yeah.
that we don't. And like coaches cuts and stuff like that, and they have access to talking to the coaches and things that we just don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, this
No.
for us is just a fun
Yeah.
experience.
Now I do have the CBS report on why they think this is an A, and I think this is a very clear picture on this as to one of the reasons why they thought, yeah, let's take Ty Simpson at 13. It says the Rams don't plan on picking this high until Matthew Stafford retires, and now they have their transition plan. That's true. They have Matthew Stafford. He's really good. They're probably not. They're probably thinking, we don't have another pick this high again for a while.
Okay, I have a bone to pick with that. Sure, on the surface you can make that argument, but did they really talk to somebody at the Rams and think who said something like that? Because the reality is every season is different.
Yeah.
2 injuries and you could be drafting higher than this, right?
Yeah.
You don't know. You hope that you're not, but the Rams are in a win now situation.
Right. Yeah.
Because they have Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Right? And because they have the reigning MVP at quarterback who is aging, they are in a win now mode, right? And they have to compete against the Seattle Seahawks twice a year, right?
Yeah.
The Super Bowl champions. So if they thought that there was a player there that helps them win now,
Yeah.
I'm certain they would have taken them ahead of
Yeah.
Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
So clearly, they thought enough of Ty Simpson to
Yeah.
think that he could be the future, but they also didn't think enough of the other players there to think that they could help them win this year.
The pick is in for the Buccaneers, and it's just like I said. Welcome to Tampa Bay, Ruben Bain Jr.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yep. The fall for him finally ends. The Jets immediately have their pick in.
So now you've got 3 edge rushers and 3 tackles off the board, and we're only 15 picks in.
Yep.
This is aligning with what I was thinking and with what I was actually reading from Brad Biggs of the Chicago Tribune. I think Brad Biggs had 7 each going in the first round, with I think the 6th edge rusher going to the Bears. But yeah, if you're not taking quarterbacks, the next most premium positions are edge rushers and offensive tackles. And by many accounts, although these aren't necessarily blue chip players, there are enough quality edge rushers and tackles that the expectation is that a number of them will go in the first round this year.
Yeah.
So that's why there's a valid possibility that the first defensive tackle might not come off the board until the Bears pick.
Greer
Right?
family,
So
the Bills have the 26th pick directly after the Bears.
yeah, so they got a little ways yet. So if you're not in tune with how the draft works, the first round every team gets up to 10 minutes, so it could be a while yet.
Yeah.
But as we've seen, teams are making their picks pretty quickly. It's really more a function of the TV production that's slowing things down.
Yeah.
Because the players that are there have to have the opportunity to come out, have their moment with the commissioner, get a hug. They hold up the jersey with the commissioner, get pictures, and then they interview with one of the other people there. So all that takes a few minutes. And then you got to factor in commercials and other things. So the draft actually could run faster, but it's
Yeah.
if they're not doing these things, then we don't have something to watch and comment.
Yeah.
So I can't complain too much.
Yeah. Now the Jets are back up. And
Yeah.
I guess according to the Rams, they're kicking themselves for not being able to get Ty Simpson.
Well, I mean that's our speculation, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, the Rams could have certainly traded back if they could have found a partner.
Yeah.
And still had an opportunity at him. So really, at this point, the Jets are probably. I'm thinking.
They don't have Ruben Bain to take, which they would have liked.
Yeah, I was thinking that were going to go defense again,
Yeah.
but
They could take
this
Mekhi Lemon, get the wide receiver off the board, get Garrett Wilson some help.
or you're getting into the range where top tight end.
Yeah, Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah. So I could see Sadiq or Lemon or a tackle, but I
Yeah.
think it might be at this point. I think it might actually be uh, Lemon or Sadiq.
Yeah.
I mean, Tienneman's there too, the safety, but
Yeah.
I think he goes a little bit lower. And I'm just looking at these other players here, and they're the interest that the Jets might have in them, and I think it's probably either Lemon or Sadiq. But we're about to see.
Yeah.
Pick is in. It is Sadiq.
All right. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I do like a good tight end. I think tight ends are underappreciated.
Well, they're becoming more popular, right?
Yeah.
In the last decade. I mean, for the last 20 years, there's been like one or two like really good tight ends. But you've seen the like Gronk really helped uh, Tom Brady win championships, right? Travis
Right.
Kelsey
Yeah.
has been a major part of Kansas City championships. And the NFL is nothing if not a copycat league. So the Bears got their guy last year, right? So we'll see how that pans out. Hopefully,
Yeah.
great. But yes, we're like I said, we were getting into the range where Sadiq makes sense. So for the Lions,
The Lions, I actually like them to. I mean, the top offensive linemen are off the board. The top edges are off the board. I think I actually like them to maybe. Well, they could take Keldrick Falk or Akeem Messidor. Um,
yeah, I could maybe see Tiananmen here.
yeah. I was just thinking, it could very well be safety. Um,
I'm thinking I'm thinking if it's not him, it's going to be a tackle. There's still some out there,
yeah.
right? You still got Freeling and I mean I don't know that I would go Blake Miller, but so if I could either see Freeling or Tiananmen or another edge rusher because you can never have enough edge rushers. I'm
Yeah.
also seeing CJ Allen. I don't know that I would go. I mean, we're getting into the part of the round where you could go an off the ball linebacker, but I think that they want to reestablish their.
Thanks again for. Thank you again, Greer family, for calling this a W stream. I think you're a W viewer.
Yeah, I think it's. My guess is that it's going to be.
Thank
I'm
you so
thinking
much, Greer
actually,
family.
yeah, I'm thinking Freely uh, from a tackle spot
Mm-hmm.
or 10-minute safety.
Yeah, the Greer family says you guys are the goats for doing this for me.
Oh, no problem. Like I said, we love doing this. Happy
Yeah,
you're enjoying our broadcast here.
yeah,
The Vikings, if Tiananmen is there, if the Lions don't take Tiananmen,
yeah,
then that's it.
yeah, absolutely. Um, I'm looking at the people who could potentially take Caden McDonald from me, and I think the main option for that would be the Chargers, from what I'm seeing. And I don't want them to take my guy. That's a good one. For anybody wondering what we're laughing at here, we just got sent an image that says when you've worked your entire life to make it to the NFL draft and a New Jersey area code number pops up on your phone, and it's a picture of a guy doing this. kind of hands on his face. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, the TV broadcast is in commercial.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll be back soon here. It's coming right back. Yep.
There you go. Okay.
The pick is in for the Lions. So I don't think it's Mekhi Lemon because they just showed a picture of him playing around on his phone, but he didn't seem to be talking to somebody.
Yeah. Who do we think the Bills will get? Um, let's see. The Bills. So that is a little bit of a tricky one, just because there's quite a bit of draft left to go, and there have been some curveballs thrown at us so far, namely Ty Simpson. But I think either the Lions or the Vikings are going to go safety. The Lions could also. I don't know that there's any offensive linemen that they'd really like to take here. Is the thing. Yeah, I don't see any offensive linemen. So really, safety would be the number one guy for the number one position for them.
This pick is in, and it
Let's see.
is. He's up. He's up the podium. The commissioner's at the podium, but he's got a fan who's going to announce it.
I'll talk more about who the Bills will get after the pick comes in. Oh, you think they need a wide receiver? I actually do too. They definitely need a wide receiver.
But they always need more.
Yes. The Bills absolutely need that wide receiver help. I like DJ Moore for them. I think that other than that. Oh, okay.
Blake Miller, offensive tackle.
Okay. So I think that kind of solidifies the Vikings are taking safety. Their pick is already in.
I would say that the Vikings are taking Tianeman.
Then yeah, but yeah, I think the Bills definitely need a wide receiver. I think if there's a good one, like if by some miracle Mekhi Lemon is still there, they would love to take him. That being said, I think it's very easy that the Panthers will take him.
I don't think Mekhi Lemon gets that far. I think if Mekhi Lemon gets the Bears, that the Bears might consider it just because it'll be value for best available player.
Denzel Boston could be, or Casey Concepcion could be a shout. Omar Cooper Jr. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see.
Yeah, there are definitely some options at wide receiver for the Bills that I'm sure they'd be happy to take if they fall to them.
Yeah, but I can see them going on defense too, especially if there's a little bit of a run on offensive players here. I could see him going with like a Keldrick Falk if he makes it past the Bears.
You're absolutely right, Greer family. They do not need a running back right now. James Cook just went absolutely insane. They do not need to replace him anytime soon.
Right. I mean, you could get a backup, but you don't need to take your backup in the first round.
Yeah, no. There are other positions of need that they need to take.
I'm waiting to see if there's any action here at the podium.
Yeah.
Yeah, here comes the commissioner with the card.
All right.
I'm expecting this to be Tianeman, the safety.
Nope.
No, Caleb Banks, offensive tackle. Wow.
Well,
so that is the 5th tackle off the board.
That's actually a defensive tackle.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. That's defensive tackle.
Wow. Okay. Actually, that's the guy that we. If you remember our last mock draft, it was just the Bears. We were debating either Caleb Banks or Caden McDonald. So.
Yeah, and that's the first defensive tackle off the board.
Yeah. So if the Bears want Caden McDonald, it's looking more and more like they'll need to trade up for him.
Yeah.
I don't like that very much.
So here's the thing: we're getting into that spot. So
Yeah.
again, I'm not pretending that I've got all this information on my own. Brad Biggs, reporter for the Chicago Tribune, reported this morning that it's possible that the Bears might move up a few spots if the guy that they're really looking for is there. So anywhere from 20 to 24, I could see them potentially moving up. And Tiananmen could be a guy that they're interested in.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he makes it past the Panthers
Yeah.
and and if the Cowboys are willing to deal.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that Tiananmen makes it to the Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so a
mean,
bit of a
like I
surprise
said,
that
the
the
only people ahead of us who really need defensive linemen is probably going to be the Chargers. And my TV disconnected from the internet again. I'll fix that
okay.
in just a bit. Oh, the Cowboys trade with the Eagles. Okay.
Okay, so yep. Who need
Oh,
edge rush?
ESPN
Safe.
has the Caleb Banks pick as a D rank.
Yeah, that's
D grade. Oof.
yeah. My buddy and I were just texting that too, that
Yeah.
we don't necessarily, we think that's a bit of a reach
Yeah.
there. Um,
Um. Yeah, but like I was saying, I think the Chargers are the only people ahead of us who really need a tackle,
well,
a defensive tackle.
yeah, defensive tackle,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if we leapfrog the Chargers, I'd be happy with that.
Well, I don't know that we need to leap for, did the chart? I think the Chargers, honestly, I think the Chargers go for offensive line
Mm,
because they
yeah, that's true.
desperately to
Yeah.
protect the quarterback.
I just worry that they'll take Caden McDonald because I really want him. I'm gonna fix my TV real quick here.
Okay. Yeah, so the Panthers pick is in. My guess is that that's McKay Lemon, because they need more weapons.
Yeah, could be the
Where
safety.
yeah, TV's a commercial. I mean, it could be Tiananmen. At this point, Tiananmen is value for pick.
Ooh,
So
that's a tough one, Greer family. Who? If you had to guess right now, who do you think would win this next Super Bowl?
who would win the next Super Bowl? Okay.
Um,
Well, on the NFC side, hopefully the Bears are in the mix, but
yeah.
Seattle definitely is going to be back in the mix. Uh,
It kind of pains my heart to say it, but I think the Packers have a shot at it.
I think the Packers have less of a shot than we imagine they do.
Yeah.
I think they're just always hyped because they've always made it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So honestly, I stack the Bears up against them pretty well right now.
The
Uh,
Lions are kind of crumbling. The Super Bowl window is
yeah,
closing. I don't think the
yeah.
Super
So
Bowl window is open for the Vikings yet.
right, it's not open for the Vikings. So in the West, you're really looking at Seattle and
The Seahawks could do it, but they just lost a bunch of people on their defense.
right. So they just lost a bunch of people. So you've got the Rams who just picked a
Yeah.
quarterback, which is a
Yeah.
little. I was surprised
Yeah,
at that high.
they didn't really lose very many people though, and they made it to the conference championship.
True, but then you got the Bears.
Yeah.
You got
I
the
think the
Cowboys
Patriots
have
have a shot at it
offense.
again.
Well, I'm looking on the NFC side
Yeah.
at the moment. So the
Yeah.
Eagles have a shot. So really, I think as much as I don't know that it's. We'll have to see how the draft turns out.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know that the Bears have found a way to get enough pressure on the quarterback to have a championship defense unless they find something in the draft. So if they find something in the draft, then I think they're in the mix. Otherwise, I think the class is probably going to come down to the Rams. On the AFC side, well, I think that we're sleeping on the Chiefs. I think they're going to be back in the mix. We have the
Yeah, no,
Bills in the mix.
absolutely.
They're going to have the Patriots.
The Ravens have Lamar Jackson. If he's healthy, they'll be good. If the Bengals
Panthers.
can keep if the Bengals can keep can keep Joe Burrow healthy the whole season, they'll be
And you got
good.
Bo Nix. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
the
The
AFC
AFC
is
the AFC is a huge competition.
freeling. So another tackle.
Oh wow. Okay.
So he makes.
That
I mean, they need to protect their quarterback
yeah.
too. So this
Um
puts the Steelers on the clock.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Because
I'm
the
sorry. The
Eagles
Eagles are on. Eagles have their pick.
yeah. So the Steelers are on the clock. The Eagles have their pick in.
Yeah,
Um
so it's 5 offensive tackles off the board. So I don't know
yeah.
that I don't know that the Bears will take an offensive tackle because of that. I think there's going to be like one or two. There may be one or two more
Yeah.
before it gets to the Bears.
We did also kind of talk about it that offensive tackle was probably more like a fourth position of need for us, where the top three were
Yeah. It
defensive
was
tackle, edge rusher, and safety.
yeah, it was just that it might play out that way.
Yeah.
But back to the conversation on the AFC side,
Yeah.
I honestly, the Broncos stacked up
Yeah.
really well against the Chiefs
Yeah.
this past season. So if I had to pick right now, uh, Bo Nix was outplaying Drake May at the end
Yeah.
of the season, and
Yeah.
I think that I think that the Chiefs have lost enough that I don't know that they can rebuild it this one off season.
Yeah.
Uh, so I would say Rams and Broncos off the
Yeah.
top of my head.
Now, if you had to pick who you think would win of those two, I do agree with you. By the way, I think
The Rams win because
Yeah.
I think Matthew Stafford just has the edge. He
Yeah.
can just do things that you're like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
I mean, I
that no,
watched
his no look pass is just
You're-
beautiful.
Yeah, he was doing this stuff before he
Yeah.
won his championship with the Rams. He was doing this
Yeah.
with the Lions, and you are watching along with Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Between those two, you are watching Hall of Fame quarterbacks
Yeah.
live. They will be first ballot Hall of Famers. So, those
Oh.
are.
Eagles have their pick in, and it's Mekhi Lemon.
Yep.
So, that AJ Brown trade to somebody else looks pretty good right now. I know
So
Adam
the
Schefter was saying it looked like he'd be going to the Patriots. So Steelers actually remain on the clock, though. They have not made their decision yet.
I could see them going with Tiananmen. I think they go defense.
Yeah, the best people at the positions of offense that they need are already gone.
Yeah, I think it's Tiananmen or CJ Allen. Excuse me.
CJ Allen, where is he at? What position does he play? I don't see him.
Linebacker.
Linebacker, yeah. Anthony Hill is up here as well at linebacker. This is being sorted by grade right now. Yeah. Yeah, linebackers is Anthony Hill, Jacob Rodriguez. Yeah, CJ Allen's actually further down the board by grade according to the NFL, but the official
Okay.
NFL.com website.
PFF has him at
Yeah.
18th overall.
Yeah.
But Tiananmen's got to come off soon.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers are still. Boy, I could see them going edge, but I'm still going to say the Chargers will go tackle just because Justin Herbert got beat up.
Yeah, they'll probably end up converting him to guard, obviously, because their tackle group is probably the best in the league. But
yeah, but I mean, there could be another guard there, but I see them going O-line just because they got to protect him.
I am so glad you asked, Greer family. My favorite drink is root beer. Big fan of root beer.
Yep.
I
He does reviews on TikTok.
Yeah.
Of root beer.
Yeah, it's I have a minor problem. Yeah.
Which we have started throughout the years.
Yeah. Yeah, I can link my TikTok in the if you're interested, I can link my TikTok in the chat here, and you can go ahead and check out my root beer reviews. Let me do that for you real quick. Your favorite drink is water. That's a solid choice for sure.
Hey, it's probably the best choice.
Yeah,
Certainly the
objectively
most
the
healthy.
healthiest. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's the old TikTok there for you. You don't use TikTok. Probably for the best, to be honest. That's not the best app for people's mental health.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do just flip through it really. I mean,
Yeah.
it builds a short attention span. Okay, so Makai Lemon is having his interview moment, so it'll be a couple minutes before we get the next pick.
Alexa, off. Talking about how TikTok is bad for your mental health, and she's like, "You're right. The evidence suggests," and starts talking about a whatever scientific paper. And it's like, I love reading scientific papers. I'm a science major. That's my whole deal. But now is not the time, I fear.
Yep. Well, the Steelers pick is in. The draft is
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh. So they're playing some Thunderstruck and nice video and
The Chargers.
yeah.
The Chargers pick scares me. It still does. I don't know. I want Caden McDonald. I want him.
I don't know.
I know there's still some good edge rushers on the board. I just, man,
the edge rushers haven't gone the way that I was thinking. Right, there's only 3 off the board so far. So there's been 1 quarterback, 3 edge rushers, 1 running back, 3 receivers, 1 corner, 1 off the ball linebacker, 5 offensive tackles, which is the most of any position, 1 safety, 1 guard, 1 tight end, and 1 D tackle. The D tackle, I think we all agree, was a stretch by the Vikings.
Yeah. We do have a question coming in. Do we watch hockey or basketball? I've watched a game of basketball. I used to watch a lot more hockey. I know my sister really likes hockey. That's her favorite sport.
Yeah, I do not really watch basketball. I watched more when Michael Jordan was playing, the greatest of all time. Hockey, I do love to watch hockey. Hockey is more fun in person. There is a local minor league hockey team that we go to a couple games a year.
The Rockford Ice Hogs, the official affiliate team of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah, we did watch quite a lot of the 3 Stanley Cup dynasty of the Blackhawks with Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews. Yeah, I do occasionally watch a little bit now, but we don't get the channel that shows every game of the Blackhawks now. So typically I might get highlights on YouTube or something like that. But Connor Bedard has matched the opening 100 games of Kaner. I mean, almost exactly. I mean, you look at the stats and they're almost identical, and you watch him play and he does some phenomenal things that, I'd only seen Patrick Kane do before personally. So, yeah, do love hockey.
Yeah.
Jerome Bettis is introducing a lot of youth football players from the local area. He's going to be making the announcement of the selection here momentarily.
Yeah.
And we have it.
All right.
It is yet another offensive tackle.
Max Iannacourt.
Yeah. So the 6th offensive tackle off the board.
Yeah. What the teams are liking their offensive tackles right now.
Yeah. I mean, big run on him,
Yeah.
obviously. So
Gonna contact Nicole about that one.
yeah,
For anybody
so
wondering
that's
who Nicole is, she is one of my good friends. I had her on the podcast a couple weeks back. Well, this one was on a cruise without me.
hey, you grow up and leave the house, and then mom and I have to go do things. So yeah, if you like watching travel things, we have a YouTube channel called The Adventures of Ken and Becky.
That is
Uh,
Becky Beki, by the way,
yes,
not the
right, yep,
traditional spelling.
not the traditional spelling. So yeah, we've been posting the last few weeks. We've been doing cuts of our European vacation. We went to Rome, Italy. We went to Greece. We went to Croatia, and then we went back to Italy to see Pompeii before we
Yeah,
came home. It was a really good trip. If you ever get a chance, I would highly recommend that you
yeah.
go.
Chargers have their pick in.
Okay.
Crossing my fingers. I, I,
Yeah, I mean,
I
if it had been for
yeah.
6 tackles being off the board, I mean, there's probably still some guards. Yeah, but let's see if I can find the next guard.
Yeah.
The next guard really doesn't project until the second round,
Yeah.
so I don't know that I would go
Very,
there.
very much more of a tackle heavy class than a guard heavy
Yeah,
class.
I could see them. I could see the Chargers going with either edge or wide receiver.
Yeah.
So I would say, hmm,
You know what, Greer family? If the Chargers end up taking my guy Caden McDonald, I will gladly join you in that "Boo Chargers" chant.
is Messidor still available?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, I could see them going with Messidor. If he's there at the Bears pick, I think it's either Messidor or Keldrick Falk. I just don't see because there's only been three edge rushers off the board. I don't see them making the switch to D tackle.
It may just be that the NFL that the NFL scouts just don't see as much in these edge rushes as we have as
It could be.
yeah,
It could be. It was just
yeah,
the things that I've been reading predicted a lot of edge rushers and a lot of offensive tackles.
yeah,
I mean, obviously the tackle part has come true.
yeah.
Uh, I mean, it's possible the Bears go with defensive tackle, but I would guess that unless there's a mini run on edge rushers, that it would be an edge rusher. Well, it's not going to be Messidor because the Chargers just took him.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's the fourth
Yeah.
edge rusher off the board.
Cowboys, I mean, they could take edge. I don't necessarily know why they would. They've got.
I
I
mean,
mean, they
Tiana,
get a guy across from Rashawn Gary. Yeah, that makes sense.
or get
Actually, yeah,
go for it. Tianaman's still there.
yeah,
I mean, I could see the Bears if Tianaman's there when the Bears pick. I
yeah.
think that could be it.
Again, it could just be though that the teams just don't see as much in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll never we won't know what who the Bears will pick until they pick because we're not in that room.
Well, that's every pick, but
Yeah.
that's not why we do this. We do this to try to.
Much as I would love to be in that room. Ooh,
Oh,
my favorite YouTuber right now. Um, that is a tough one. Kind of depends on the day. I watch a lot of Madden YouTubers these days. Growing up, I watched a lot of Minecraft YouTubers. That was kind of my MO at the time. I did only just get into football like last year. But I've watched actually, you know what? I'm gonna say my favorite YouTuber right now is not a gaming YouTuber. I'm gonna say it is one Mini Minuteman, archaeology YouTuber. Really like him.
He's good. I've been watching him too.
Yeah.
Mine are more like home improvement type
Mm.
stuff. Uh, there's
You are very crafty.
Yeah, and we just went to Italy. There's a couple that's around our age that just bought a villa called it belonged to a family called Tiezzi. So their channel is called Villa Tiezzi, and they bought this villa and it's been empty for at least a decade or more. And the people they bought it from left a whole bunch of stuff. They've been sorting through all this stuff that these people left, and they just got through all that, donated a bunch of stuff, threw a bunch of stuff out, and now they're going to start the renovation. And then there's this a girl um, in North Dakota, Tia Weston. She she bought a house from so the town she's from. She doesn't say what town she's from, but it's clear that it's a very small town, and um, a lot of the homes are run down and stuff.
Oh, you know what, Dad? The Cowboys aren't gonna take safety because they took Caleb Downs.
That's true. Yeah, they did. Um, so anyway, um, she bought a rundown house, like really rundown house from somebody in the town for $1. She called it her dollar house series. She rebuilt that. She's living in that. Now she's bought another house, uh, and she's rehabbing that.
Yeah.
And I'd say she's probably in her 30s. Her dad helps her, and between her and her dad, they actually know like what they're doing, and they're good.
Yeah.
So,
The Cowboys pick is in.
yep.
I would
Where
guess
can we?
I would guess probably either a cornerback or an edge rusher.
Yeah, yeah, and you're right on Tiananmen because yeah, they took Downs earlier, so they're not going to go receiver because they've already got a lot of resources committed to receiver.
Yeah. So I will
Um,
say I know I personally believe that the Bears' biggest need is D tackle. It's our weakest. I think it's our weakest position group right now. Um, all else being equal, I think that would be the position to take. That being said, if Dylan Tiananmen falls to us, I don't think all things will be equal.
yeah, I think Tiananmen just is rated higher
Yeah,
um, than all the edge rushers and D tackles that are
yeah,
available at this point. So if he falls to the Bears, I think that's most likely
yeah,
the pick. If he does not fall to the Bears, I th- I lean slightly toward edge rusher because they have got to generate pass rush,
yeah,
and um, you can address a plug-in run stuffer tomorrow.
yeah,
It's harder to the deeper you get, the harder it is to find pass rush.
yeah,
So you can go a little bit farther, especially with only one D tackle being off the board already. So
yeah.
um,
I mean
you
that
still might
the,
be
the thing is
you might be taking
you're getting more D tackle value because you're getting the number 2 D tackle than you would be getting for edge rusher potentially.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it depends on how it's to me. If Tiananmen's there, it's probably him. If he's not, then it comes down to which edge rusher or D tackle they think best fits their scheme.
yeah.
Because I don't see them taking the seventh offensive tackle off the board.
Yeah.
Okay, the commissioner is walking out with the Cowboy
Hell, they
selection.
take an edge, and it's Malachi Lawrence.
Yeah. So yeah,
I
yet another edge rusher.
that's oh my goodness, that's so far down the board. That's so far down the board on the draft tracker for the prospects. Um, wow. You would think Keldrick Falk, but no.
Yeah,
Or
I
Cassius
could see.
Howell even.
I could see Tiananmen to the Browns. I know that they
Zion
need
Young.
corner, they need
Yeah.
safety, but uh, the Browns need everything, right? So
Yeah.
they should be just taking whatever is at the top of their board.
Yeah.
So, looking through like the Pro Football Focus board, the top remaining guy is Tiananmen. They had him ranked 11th. Jermon McCoy is the top corner left,
Yeah.
according to them. CJ Allen's still out there at linebacker. Um, uh, EMW and McNeil Warren,
Yeah.
another safety is out there. Keldrick Falk's still out there.
I did
So
I
there's like,
did a couple weeks. I did like a month or so ago see somebody on Twitter saying if EMW is still on the board, take him at all costs, take him above anybody else. I don't necessarily know that I agree with that at this point, but
yeah, I don't know that I agree with that either.
the Browns pick is in, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Brown. I was going to say the Browns have a hard time messing this up, but they've messed up so many times.
Yeah.
I'll just say that there are a number of quality players at positions that they need.
Yeah.
So if they take any of the higher rated guys, they have a chance.
Yeah.
Put that way. And they just cut the commercial, so it'll be a couple minutes before we get that pick. But that hopefully means that the Bears pick might be.
Well, there is a graphic on. There was just a graphic on my screen that says Browns pick, Browns picks, round 7, pick 248. Do they not have any more picks until the 7th round?
I don't know.
No,
I mean,
they
they
do.
got
They
two.
have a 7th. They have a second rounder and a third
Okay,
rounder.
yeah. Okay.
Why did it only say they're? Why did it? I guess they don't have a fourth rounder, but that's like fine. They got a 5th round. They got 3 top 10 in the 5th. They got a 6th round. Yeah, they have picks until the 7th. I don't know what that graphic was on. That's a interesting one for me to see. Is that?
Let's see. Looking at the Bills to see what they will do.
They could really use defensive tackle. Potentially.
Yeah, I'm hearing through my buddy that the Browns are taking a receiver. So
I mean, they need it.
they do. Like I said, they need everything.
Give they've really only got Jerry Jeudy at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Okay.
it'll
So
come.
they were only showing the round 7th pick because they had to go to a separate like slide, and that was the
Oh,
they were one over the amount that they could fit on the screen.
gotcha. So yeah, so if the Browns go wide receiver,
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess Tiananmen to the Bears.
Yeah.
What's your guess?
I agree. I think he's too highly rated to pass up on, but I mean that's kind of been the conventional wisdom for a lot of these other teams, so we'll see.
If he fits their physical profile,
Yeah.
right, it'd be the key.
Yeah.
Uh,
Obviously,
I would be a
this
little.
is the classic stubbornness that I get from both sides of the family. I still really like Caden McDonald.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't be a good addition, but
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I mean, they certainly need interior D line help.
I
I
mean,
wouldn't
yeah.
be
Listen,
surprised if they go with edge rusher just because it's so hard to find that. And
if we wanted a safety, we should have just traded. We should have just traded
well, you can
what's his face
you can
Tyson Bagent to the Raiders for for their guy. How am I blanking on the name of an SIU guy?
I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. I can't think of his name, but I think that
Shoot, what's
you
the?
can find safety later. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if they go with D line, either
yeah,
edge rusher or D tackle.
yeah,
Uh, it's just a little
yeah.
given
Jeremy Chin,
projections.
that's the name.
Yeah.
If
So
if you want a safety, you should have just traded Tyson Bagent to the Raiders for Jeremy Chin.
the Browns took Concepcion.
Ah, yep. That makes sense. That makes sense. Bears are actually
So that's
still on the clock after that pick, so they are making a decision. They're taking their time with it.
so that was fourth receiver off the board.
Yeah. I actually like that for the Browns.
Well, they like I said, they need everything.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, their defense is better than their offense. They need help at offense, so
yeah, for sure.
yeah. Yeah. If I'm a Browns fan, I'm happy with that pick.
Yeah, and it doesn't appear that I didn't see him walking out,
Yeah.
so that might mean that the Bears
Yeah.
pick will be coming in here soon.
It says they're still on the clock, so
Yeah, that's fine.
and Uncle Mike
Well,
says, and there goes the next disgruntled Cleveland receiver.
they're either debating amongst themselves or they're entertaining a trade down,
Hmm.
right? Because so many of these teams have been
Yeah.
uh, ready with their pick.
Yeah. I mean, the Steelers took their time too.
True, but they might have been fielding calls too. We'll never know.
Greer family, this stream is going until the draft, until the first round of this draft ends.
Yeah, so figure, well, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70.
Oh, Bears pick is in.
Another hour-ish, maybe a
Yeah.
little more, depending on how long each team takes.
Yeah. Bears pick is in. My fingers are crossed for the guy I want.
They're showing the draft room. Guys are shaking hands and hugging.
The Drew Dahlman loss still hurts.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, we got commercials. Great.
Please. Please give me Caden McDonald. The Bills are coming up, Greer family. We're gonna find out here. We're gonna find out here in the next 20 minutes.
Well, it'd be within the next
Well, yeah,
10 to 15.
next 10 to 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. I do want to see what wide receivers are left because there have only been what 4?
There's been 4 off the board, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So there's still
Unfortunately, if it
Denzel
shows they
Boston,
need
Omar Cooper.
Yeah, there are, yeah.
Yeah. You've still got some good guys on the board that the Bills could take.
I mean, if the Bears pass on Tiananmen, they could go for
Yeah.
Tiananmen. I mean, they need safety help too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, they pretty much need many of the same things that the Bears do. So they're,
Yeah.
I'm sure they clearly know what the Bears pick is because
Yeah.
they announced that to everybody that comes after
Yeah.
them, but before they announced to us.
Yeah.
But we'll see here. Still in commercial break. And I know who the pick is. Do you want to know?
Tell me.
It is Tiananmen.
Ah. Oh, the Bills trade with the Texans. That is interesting. Very interesting indeed. And I'm not mad at the Tiananmen pick. I just really wanted Caden McDonald.
Right.
Yeah, I'm surprised too, Greer family. I did not expect the Texans to trade up here.
Yeah. So, and it's only a couple of spots. So clearly they thought that the 49ers, Chiefs, or one of the other teams would jump up ahead of them. So okay, we are back from commercial break. They are showing everybody congratulating each other in the draft room.
I will say, by the way, the Bills trading down does kind of give credence to the idea that they're going for wide receiver.
Yeah. Yep.
I also think the Chiefs need wide receiver.
They
That's
could
a
use some
personal thing
help.
for me. Is that I think their wide receivers just haven't been performing. They're kind of wasting Patrick Mahomes
All
here.
right, here comes the
Yep,
commissioner to officially announce the Bears
yep,
pick.
it's on the board. Greer family, I do YouTube because I just think it's fun. This is just a fun thing that I do, a little bit of a hobby. Um, gives me an excuse to do things that I think are fun.
Yeah, us too. We don't make any money off of anything we do. Whether this channel or the channel I have with my wife, we just we thought it'd be something fun to do, share our experiences.
Yeah.
So
This podcast in particular uh gives me a reason to talk to my parents. Well, one of my parents at least, while I'm 6 hours away.
yep.
So um yeah, this is just I do this for love of the game.
All right, so they're showing some highlights of the Bears' latest pick here. Wow, guy came from like across the field. The pick, yeah, he looks like he's a bit of a ball hawk. Okay, they got him in slot coverage. Wow, that's okay. Getting another pick coming up in run support. Okay. So those that don't know, we lost both our starting safeties in free agency. So this definitely fills a hole. So, and it looks like he's a playmaker, which is what we want.
Yeah. I mean, that's safety 2 on the board.
Yeah.
In a class where everybody thought the safeties would go much higher.
Right. Yeah. So
sort of objectively a good pick.
yeah, whether whether you're a Bears fan or not, you
Yeah.
you would recognize, if you're being objective, you recognize that they lost both starting safeties. One of them led the league in turnovers, so they definitely needed a quality replacement, at least one there. So they went out and got one here.
Yeah.
So, and we anticipate in general that the majority of the draft will be focused on defense.
Oh,
The Bears,
the Dolphins also traded up with the
yeah,
49ers. So there you go. I'm assuming they're going to get their wide receiver here.
yeah. So it's be an
I
interesting
think
couple.
we could have a mini run on wide receiver.
Right. Okay. So Tiananmen is there in the building, so he's getting his interview moment. So it'll be a couple minutes before we get the next pick officially. I like this pick, but I also fear that this now means that we go yet another year without uh, a championship caliber uh, pass rush.
We do have 2 picks in the late second round. We could use those to trade up further into the second round and pick something up there.
Uh, but you're already 5 edge rushers in. I just don't.
Do I like the new Rams logo? No. They've taken all the. I get why they did it. It's easier to make merch with that, much cheaper, and all that. But
So
they've
many
taken
teams,
all the color out of it and just made it yellow.
they a lot of teams just change it all the time
Yeah,
just so they can sell more merch.
yeah. No, they literally just took all the white and blue out of it and just made it fully yellow, and I don't like that very much. And they took the gradients out of the jerseys, and it's just cost saving.
Uh, Texans
Yeah,
took a guard.
not surprised. They need offensive line help desperately.
Yeah.
Dolphins have their pick in immediately after. Uh, I assume again wide receiver. Oh, so here's the trade comp. The Bills got pick 28, pick 69, and pick 167, and the Texans got pick 26 and pick 91.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah, compensation shouldn't be too ridiculous this deep into the first round. So
Yeah. I I don't want to know what Mel Kiper is saying right now though. I know he's got some terrible take that he's ranting about.
well, he does that often.
Yeah. He was very upset about the Shador Sanders slide. And then what do you know? Shador Sanders ended up not being great. What do you know?
He's been upset with many things over the years, and
Yeah.
I mean that's what he gets paid to do.
Yeah.
So he gets paid to do what we do for fun.
Yeah.
So
Except we're much less angry about it.
well, I mean, if he's bad at it long enough, he doesn't get to do it anymore
Yeah.
for money.
Yeah.
So um he gets paid to have vocal opinions
Yeah.
when they don't pan out the way that he thought they would.
Yeah.
So, which is fine. There's a whole market for people doing that.
Yeah.
So
All
he's
right.
got
Well,
his.
Greer family, the Bills are back on the clock. Oh, I'm sorry that you have to leave as soon as they get their pick. It was good having you here, though.
Yeah, it's been great interacting with you.
Yeah. You kept us very busy. We appreciate it. We appreciate it greatly.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, check in with us anytime.
Yeah.
So we are at commercial again. So we are just waiting to come back from commercial to get the Dolphins pick, and then probably go to commercial again, and then get the Bills pick.
Figure out whatever wide receiver the Dolphins are picking up.
Help.
I'm still so surprised about Ty Simpson.
This is where I expected him to go, like right here, right?
Yeah.
That
I thought
that
maybe the Browns would take him. Maybe.
yeah, right. That that he'd be in the 20s somewhere, and that
And if
maybe somebody
the Browns passed him up, then the
first.
Jets would take him tomorrow in the early second.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd get past like the top 10 tomorrow, but I didn't expect him to go in the top. Where was he taken?
He was
Top
taken.
13.
Yeah, like 13.
So
Wow.
that is the surprise of the round.
I
Um,
I would almost call that an aggressive move by the Rams, except for the fact that that's a backup.
yeah, I'm very happy
It's
that
hard to call drafting a backup aggressive.
yeah, I'm very happy that Dylan Tineman fell to the Bears, because
Yeah.
that was, according to projections, a bit of a slide, but
Yeah.
I was extremely surprised to see Ty
And
Simpson go that high.
my cousin
Yeah.
Billy is right here. We straight up before that pick, straight up did not have a starting safety.
True. Like I said, we needed to fill a spot there,
Yeah.
but you can get safeties later on, was
Yeah.
my only point.
Yeah.
A number of years they've gotten competent play from
Yeah.
guys drafted later
Yeah.
on.
Jeremy
But
Chin was drafted pick 32 in the second round by the Carolina Panthers in 2020.
yeah, but the basically it comes down to he was much more higher rated corner. Yeah, for the Dolphins.
If I am Malik Willis, I am
Second.
crying because my number one target is Tutu Atwell.
Yeah. So anyway, he was just too highly rated. He was the best player on the board. See, you got to take him.
Yeah.
So
The Bills are going to take their probably a wide receiver here would be my guess. They're still on the clock. They haven't immediately turned it in, but
so you're talking about either the 6th edge rusher, the 7th tackle, the 2nd linebacker, 3rd safety, or 5th receiver.
Yeah. I think KC Concepcion may have been the 5th receiver actually. Was he? No, because Mekhi Lemon was 3, wasn't he? Because Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Lemon, KC Concepcion's, yeah, your 5th wide receiver. And they trade with the Patriots?
Okay. Hey, so they are now 31st. So
yeah,
hope he can hang out a little bit longer.
Yeah. The Patriots have their pick in. Maybe it'll be wide receiver. I kind of doubt it because they that trade with the Eagles for AJ Brown looks pretty good right now, but
well, they're talking with who are they talking with? Oh no, that was a flashback to somebody else.
But yeah, I would expect maybe edge for them here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everybody talks about Drake May, and everybody talked
Or
about
maybe
Tom
maybe
Brady,
they take the second corner.
but they always had really good defenses.
Yeah,
They were always
yeah,
top 10, top 5
yeah.
on defense when they won their
Well, that's
championships.
the thing
So
is offense wins games, but defense wins championships.
yeah, and to explain what that means really
Oh,
is,
they take offensive tackle Caleb Lomu.
oh yeah, that's a good pick. Um, is offense wins you games in the regular season, right? But when you get to the postseason, everybody has a good
Yeah,
offense. So whoever has the best defense in the postseason are the teams that advance
yeah.
because you're going to face good offenses every
Yes,
game in
exactly.
the postseason. So
Now, Greer family, I'll tell you what the Bills are doing. They really don't think that uh, that whoever their guy is, they don't think he's going to get taken before pick
yeah,
31. So they
they're
are
confident.
loading up on draft picks to make sure that they can get even more guys that they want later on in this draft and potentially even next year.
Yeah, that's exactly what these moves make. Trading down, uh, they aren't high on the guys that others are projecting to
Yeah,
go in here. And the guy that they're high on, or probably two or three guys that they're high on,
yeah,
they're confident that at least one of those will be there when they do
yeah.
make their selection.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, it's just it is just a little odd that they did two trade downs in sort of rapid
I've seen
succession there. But
I've seen it, and it's actually a move that I've seen the Patriots pull off multiple
yeah.
times.
Oh,
They just
Chiefs
don't
have their
like,
pick in.
yeah,
I think
they
I
don't
this is
sold on the
the
guys that are there.
this is the 100th time of me saying this. I think it's wide receiver.
We'll find out.
Uh, it would make sense for them to take wide receiver here.
It would, because they took their corner earlier, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they took their corner earlier.
Yeah, they don't need to take the number one and what if imagine if they took the number one and number two corner off the draft board.
I mean, it's possible. I've seen
Yeah.
crazier things. There was a draft in the '90s where the Commanders um, took Heath Schuler, quarterback, in the first round, and then they took Gus Frerotte, another quarterback. I think it was in the fifth or sixth round, maybe the sixth round.
Yeah.
Heath Schuler busted out, and Gus Frerotte went on to start many games for them. I mean, he.
All right.
Uh,
See you later, Greer family. Thank you for joining us. I
I
hope you come
think
back again. I'm thinking about maybe streaming again tomorrow. I'll be a little late to the draft because I got something that ends at 7 tomorrow, but we shall see.
Yeah, Gus Frerotte played for 15 years and played in 147 games with 93 starts. He went 45, 47, and 1 overall, but I mean, he made it 15 years, right? Uh, this doesn't tell me where he was drafted. Doesn't tell me where he was drafted. Whereas, so the guy played in 147 games, started 93 of them, right, over 15 years, and then you got Heath Schuler, drafted in the first round, high in the first round too, I think. Played 4 years, appeared in 29 games, starting 22 of them. So, and he did not disappear because of injury. He just
Yeah.
disappeared because he was he was 8-14 as a starter.
Yeah.
His completion percent was under 50%. He only threw 15 touchdowns in 4 years.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
the 49ers trade with the Jets.
Huh. What? You know, we commented that we thought that when we did our our mock draft a
Yeah,
couple weeks ago, we commented we thought this was crazy, the number of trades.
yeah,
Well, guess what? There's a bunch of trades.
yeah. Look at the number of times the 30th pick has been traded. It started with
Yeah,
Denver, and then it went to Miami when Miami picked up Jalen Waddle. When Miami sent off Jalen Waddle. Well, then Miami sent it off to San Francisco, and now San Francisco is sending it off to the New York Jets.
crazy.
If I had to guess, the Jets want wide receiver.
I yeah. I mean, all right, we're back from commercial break. Let's see if
Yeah.
we actually get a pick in here.
It has sort of become, we get one pick and then it's commercials.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is because they're getting toward the end of the night, so
Yeah.
they need to get all the commercial breaks in.
Yeah.
They were the first part of the draft. People were having their picks in so quickly that
Yeah.
they weren't able to get all the commercials in.
Honestly, people are still having their picks in so quickly. They just have
Yeah,
to put
but
them on
now,
hold because of commercials.
yeah, now they're just like we got our commercial commitments to make. So
Yeah.
all right, commissioners walking out.
All right. And defensive tackle.
Yep, Peter
And it
Woods. There's your guy.
and you know what? It's not even Caden McDonald.
I'm sorry, yeah, it's not your guy. It's
Yeah.
it was the guy that we talked about the other night though.
Yeah.
So there you go.
This is
So,
the Caden McDonald fall off needs to be studied. I'm about to turn into Mel Kiper.
so they got the fam cam. He's wearing a green suit and everybody else is dressed in white.
Hmm. You think he was expecting to go to the Jets?
Oh, no, I mean, who knows? But it's interesting how it's become a whole thing. Um,
Yeah.
like walking the red carpet was a thing for a while. Uh, they'd be asked to, what their suit, who did their suit, and they'd show off their new $20,000 bracelet and $50,000 chain or whatever
Yeah.
that they've been buying with their advance from their agent until they actually sign with the team. Uh, and now you're getting to these staged events with their families and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's interesting how all this progresses.
Yeah.
Because when I first started watching, it was like the first rounders weren't even invited
Yeah.
uh, to be a part of the thing. They would all just be home, and you'd have guys like in t-shirts and shorts and whatever. They're hanging out with their families.
Yeah.
Then it became a whole thing. You come in, and now it seems to be shifting back to people celebrating with their families. So
Now this defensive tackle pick is weird to me. They've got Chris Jones, who didn't play his best season, but he's still Chris Jones.
well,
It,
they're
it,
they're
it
looking
is
at,
one down season for him, effectively.
but they're looking to the future, right?
Yeah,
Because they're they're not in the best cap
yeah.
space.
But
Um,
take a
so
but they also have a position. They also have positions that they could actively upgrade, and I don't know. It's
but
still
when
just weird to me.
you're a really good team, you take the guy that you have best rated on the board, even if
Yeah,
you already have a guy at that position,
yeah.
because that means that either you got two guys that you can rotate,
Mm,
or you've got the guy for the future, and you can move out the guy that's costing you a ton of money.
right.
So, um, yeah, it's the business part of it that comes into play on that. Oh, he's walking out with the Jets pick.
There we are. Finally, I was
There
right about
you go.
something.
Yeah,
Now, will the Bills pick up a wide receiver?
it'll be the sixth one.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes posted 2 flexing bicep emojis on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he's happy.
Yep.
Bills are taking their time on the clock again. They're gonna trade down again.
Straight out of the first round, who knows? So we're at the 31st pick, so 2 more picks, and then the first round is done.
Yeah.
Pretty quick night. It'll be over a little after 10 our time. So, and they didn't start until they didn't put the Raiders in the clock until like 7:06 our time. So,
Yeah.
um, right around 3 hours. I'm sure we'll get a couple more commercial breaks, so it'll probably be, 10:10, 10:15 before it's actually over, but Cooper is the home of his family, so they don't need to do the interview
Welcome
stuff.
back. Welcome back, Greer family.
Hey, Greer
For coming
family,
back to
Bills
see
are on
this
the
pick. Yep.
let's stay straight out.
Yeah. And they traded out.
They did. They seriously did. So Greer family, they are not making a selection tonight. Uh, it will be the Titans and then the Seahawks, and then this round will be done. They will draft sometime tomorrow night.
Yeah. it certainly is a funny situation.
Yep. I can understand it's frustrating.
Yeah.
I've been in that position before with the Bears. Um, you just they're accumulating a lot of picks, right, which will allow them to they can either go ahead and make those selections this year, or they can uh, start trading back even more and trade into future years, right? Because if you're not familiar with how that works, is typically if you trade in the future years, a third round pick from this year is worth generally uh, a second round pick next year because there's more uncertainty on what's going to happen with the team that you're trading with. So there's usually a premium if if they're trading you future picks. So that might be something that you're doing as well. But we'll see. And the pick is in for the Titans.
Really, I still have them on the clock on my screen.
It says on TV, it says
Oh,
the
now
pick
it
is
says the
in.
pick is in. But yeah, thank you so much for coming out tonight, Greer family.
Yep.
Um, we've been happy to have you. You are our number one commenter tonight. So it has
Thank you.
been good to have you here. And we hope you have a good night.
Yep. Good night. Okay, they're panning to the stage. Commissioner is walking out, and the pick is. Do, do, do. Oh, he's making an announcement to 320,000 people. Oh, Keldrick Falk, another edge rusher.
There you go.
Number 6.
Yep. He finally goes off the board, and the Seahawks are on the clock, the last pick of the night.
Yes. And Keldrick is in the building, so he will get to go out and have his moment with the commissioner and his interview. So I'm sure it will be probably at least another 10 minutes before we actually hear what that Seahawks pick is.
Oh, the Bills actually move up in the they move up from 69 to 66 when they traded the Titans.
Okay, so they got some
Yeah.
compensation there.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Greer family. They just called us the best streamer by far.
Oh, thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
really appreciate it. This is our first time live streaming, so
Yeah.
yeah, thank you very much. Okay, Keldrick is just now composed himself and walking up to grab his team's hat and go have his moment with the commissioner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really feel for the guys who come
Goodbye, Greer
and
family.
Biker family. I really feel for the guys who come and don't get selected in the first round. Because they'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden now all the cameras are back there and focusing on you and stuff. And um, I know we're not super fans of Aaron Rodgers, but I felt for him in that moment because he was projected to go much higher than he did. He didn't get picked until the 22nd pick, and I think he was the last of the guys that they invited uh, waiting back there. And it was basically the camera's just like in his face as he's just sitting there at the table, like, you know, you can't even like relax because cameras are on you like all the time.
Yeah. Ugh. Seahawks are taking their time with this pick.
Well, like I said, he's just now having his moment with the commissioner, so they might as well take their time.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're fielding calls from anybody in the top of the second round. I'm sure they have what their selection will be,
Yeah.
but right now they're probably fielding calls to see if there's anything of interest enough to move back a few slots into next round.
Yeah.
So especially if you only have to drop back one or two spots and you're confident that the guy you really want will be there, right? If you can pick up another pick or improve a different existing pick, right? Swap a couple picks around or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's having his interview moment now, so
Yeah.
and I'm sure we'll have a commercial break. So
A lot of corners still left on the board.
there's well, two quarterbacks taken. I forgot to update that. I was so
Yeah.
was flabbergasted by that pick. Only one running back, only two corners taken,
Yeah.
one off-the-ball linebacker, just two safeties, two guards, one tight end, one D tackle. So the positions that we had high volume tonight will probably have low volume overall tomorrow.
Yeah.
They might have continued high volume at the beginning of the second round, but I would expect by the middle of the second round, some of these other positions will start.
These teams
Right.
drained the class dry of its offensive tackles.
Yeah, so I'd say by the middle of the second round, these other positions will bubble up to the top to have more value
Yeah.
than some of these other spots. So you'll start to see this even out a little more by tomorrow night. By the end of tomorrow night, after you get through rounds 2 and 3. So, pick is in for the Seahawks.
All right.
And here comes the commissioner, accompanied by somebody who I assume will be actually making the pick
All right.
or announcing it.
No, he's selecting the player.
Yes, yes. Like, here you go, kid. Who do you want?
Yeah.
Guy's rereading it a couple times to make sure he doesn't mess it up.
Yep.
Trying to rile up his Seahawk crowd. Definitely enjoying his moment. Commissioner still announcing things.
Yeah.
Before he turns it over. All right, here we go.
All right. The crazy thing is that through all of this, it still says the Seahawks are on the clock.
Yep.
Like I said, that kid is making the pick.
Yeah. Running back, Jadarian Price. So the second running back.
Like I talked about at the very beginning. There you go.
So
yeah.
That is it.
Yeah. That is the entire first round of the draft. How long did this go for? Let's find out, shall we? If I go ahead, where is it? Where's the option to? There we go. Open studio.
Well, we're probably about 3 hours and 15 minutes or so, but the draft itself, roughly around 3 hours.
4 hours and 19 minutes is what I'm seeing here.
That must be the time that we've been on together in general, because we didn't start broadcasting until 6:40.
No. Okay, it is 3:20. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I don't know why it says in the corner there 4 hours and 19 minutes. But yeah. 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Went just like, I'll say, within 30 seconds of 3 hours.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty quick first round.
Yeah.
Usually it goes to 10:30 or so. So this was a quick one.
Lot of very quick picks here. But
a lot of teams were ready. They actually had to hold up announcing many of the picks just so they can get their TV commitments in.
Yeah.
And give guys their moment to shine with the commissioner and interview the guys that were there in person. So
yeah.
But still, yeah, pretty efficient.
Oh, we forgot to put on the hats for the Bears pick.
We did. Well, for those who stuck around or stick around and watch the very end,
yep.
Here we are. Got these greater hats. Hopefully we'll remember to wear them in a future video.
Yeah. You know what? This is I think this has been a success. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna see about getting on tomorrow. I probably won't be available until like 7:30 to 8:30, sometime like that.
Central time?
Yeah, Central time, of course. Because I do live in the great state of Illinois. But if I don't do that, we will be on next week at our regular Saturday time. Yeah,
we'll figure it out, because I have minutes too that'll keep me out until probably around 9:30 or 10 p.m. tomorrow.
But the draft will take a little longer tomorrow, because there's more picks.
Tomorrow's draft will take a little longer, so we'll either do a wrap up or something. We'll figure something out to let you know.
But until then, thank you all thank everybody who came out to this. We had I believe our concurrent viewership maxed out at 5. our total views came out to 44, which is pretty
nice.
good for a first ever live stream, I think.
Yeah.
I was definitely expecting less. So thank you all who did that, and I thank everybody who is going to watch this later. If you haven't yet, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and I will see
Ding.
you all next time. Have
Bye,
a good
everybody.
one.